like the summer rain that falls so slowly on the naked skin upon your back. Oh, it feels like that, like a love song on a worn out track. Yeah, it feels like that. Feels like that. Yeah, it feels like that. Na 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 na. Feels like that. Oh, it feels like that, like summer air through window crack. Oh, it feels like that, like the summer sun on quiet tracks. Oh, it feels like that, like the summer rain that falls so slowly on the naked skin upon your back. Oh, it feels like that, like a love song on a worn out track. Yeah, it feels like that. Feels like that. Yeah, it feels like that. Na 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 na. Feels like that.
I don't know what it means, but there's a smile upon your face, and I see something shimmering in your eyes. And they say if you wanna glimpse the future, you need space. And you said you'll put down your morning guns. Would you follow me to wonders? Take my hand and walk beside me in a world of thunder. Fear is an imposter. When you look at me this way, I find it hard to not give in. So the days became weeks, it felt just like the night before. You were slowly fading in my mind. When you left, I was so completely gone, but now I'm sure you were some of the best of things to find. Would you follow me to wonders? If you're everything that matters to me, makes me wonder why I can't get over you. When you look at me this way, I find it hard to not give in.
Greetings, everyone. On this extremely late BPL night, I am joined by just myself. But you know what? It's late. Everyone is chilling if you're watching this, because we're time to get the last of that first round playoff A-League match done. Smokles versus Chungus Fungus. This is a match that has been delayed for a good bit. Yes, it is Thursday night, and matches are going to be starting literally tomorrow for some teams. But that does not stop these two teams from duking it out. So let's just jump straight into it and see that, yeah, the winner of this game, they're going to play Frogs on Fire. The loser of this game, they're going to play Campfire Song Song. And honestly, both these teams have shown us a lot this season. Campfire Song Song, they've done a pretty crazy run to get to this point. So, I mean, I'd be scared to fight either team. But let's just jump straight into it and let's check out this Frogs on Fire roster. See what they've had cooking. What's gotten them to that #1 position in the Aspen division. I'd say, honestly, when it comes down to this Frogs on Fire roster, it's definitely got to mainly be this just overall really balanced team. I think that's what makes them so scary at the top point. But honestly, that's something that they're going to have to worry about later, because we're really just going to be looking at Smokles first. Because if you're Smokles, I mean, you've had a pretty crazy regular season run. You are looking to stare down the barrel that is Chungus Fungus. I would say to most people, they're like the dark horse of the Ash division. They've got a lot of weird stuff going on. But this roster is just so smooth. They've done a lot to help themselves out with just the flexibility across the board. Static, Fimi holding down this tank line with Dab and Shoreline, probably one of the best DPS duos we've got in A, and Destiny, Foolish, and Beancan holding up the back. This is just such a strong roster, and genuinely, this is probably a lot of people's favorites for making top 4. Well, now let's head over to Chungus Fungus. Let's see what they've got going on. What do Smokles have to worry for? Because if Smokles, while they do play a few interesting characters, I would say, besides Campfire Song Song, Chungus Fungus is probably the team that plays the weirdest stuff. They play Ramatra and Diva style things for sure, but don't let that fool you. This Chungus Fungus roster loves to pull out their Bastions from Pangalex. They are a huge fan of the Otters, Lylum, Bap Weaver backline. And last night in Hyun, they hold it down on the tank line. However, as known as Pangalex is on this DPS, he has gone over to tank sometimes when last night or Hyun isn't there, or even for certain characters. In Mafia in January, I think a lot of people have been very surprised about these two DPS who've actually done very good this season. I think they surprised a lot of people. Mafia playing really good on the Freya. Jan just really coming up around, helping out round out this DPS line. And so I'm actually just super excited for tonight's match, because it's going to be a lot of just weird characters thrown at each other. So we are not sure exactly what all the stuff is going to be, but first, let's get a little stat preview in a second of these teams for it. On control, we can see we've got Busan, Lijiang, Ilias, Nepal. Honestly, from what this looks like, if it's not Busan, this Smokles roster, they don't look that strong on it. I don't remember exactly which teams they played when they fought these ones, but Busan is probably going to be our first map. I mean, Smokles, besides the fact that it's the only one they've won, I mean, for Chungus Fungus, it's the one that they've lost the most also. And so we'll probably go there for the night. As the series continues on, we might see like a Hollywood come out. Eichenwald would be a very cool one. Neither team has lost Eichenwald yet. I think that'd be a very fun match to maybe see some Pangalex Bastion. Push Flash is also an interesting one, because like Smokles, they don't seem that strong on this mode. They've won 1 out of 4 games. On the other side, this Chungus Fungus roster, they feel very good on this Push Flash mode. I mean, I would not be surprised if, as we've seen with many sets in A-League, this Push Flash mode is kind of where teams start to turn on the gas and turn sets around. And then rounding it out on Escort for that map 4, Smoke Wolves, they look pretty dang solid. So we might just see a Route 66, maybe a Gibraltar. I don't think we're going to see a Junkertown, though. I'm just curious to see what this match has in store for us. I mean, a lot of teams run very standardized stuff. But not these teams. I mean, Chungus Fungus, I've talked at a pretty decent length already about just like the weird characters that they play. But honestly, it's just fun. It's a fun team to watch because they could just pull anything out at any moment. And they're pretty masterful at their craft. While on the Smoke Wolves side, you know, they may play a little unconventional. That is the Busan pick. That does make sense for the first map. Smoke Wolves will probably see like a Diva style composition here. We'll probably see maybe some Hazard as well. The bans are going to be pretty big on this point as well. I imagine, because Chungus Fungus, you do get first ban. This is probably going to be like a Hazard ban, make it into maybe a Diva matchup, or force it onto more of a frontline battle. I know that Static really likes to play that Hazard, really likes to play that Diva. If he's going for a frontline brawler character, he is known to whip out the Orisa, especially if he feels like it gives him the advantage. And for the side of Chungus Fungus, I feel like you're just going to want to bring this into either like a Ram or a Diva matchup. So this first ban is going to be pretty interesting from the Chungus Fungus side, as Smoke Wolves did get their map choice first. But if we don't see a tank ban and we're targeting at some other stuff, this isn't that good of a Bastion map. I don't think Smoke Wolves are going to pull out the Bastion ban off a rip. So maybe we see like a Sombra. They've been known to play some Sombra. It's very interesting stuff. And it seems like a wild Para has appeared. Hi, Para. How are you doing tonight?
I got back from eating dinner and someone told me they needed a caster, so I just joined VC. Solomon doesn't know.
Yeah.
I've illegally squatted in this VC.
I see. I was just going to sound insane the entire night like a streamer ranting to their chat, but this is also good.
Speaking of
What'd you have for dinner?
I had a good steak and some rice noodles.
That actually sounds very nice. What were you going to say to the chat?
Oh, I was going to say, if you have Twitch Prime, you can get one free subscription a month, and you can use that for Twitch to subscribe to Bad Pachimari League. I also want to say that they forgot to ping for the match. And I don't know if Solomon can hear me, but if Solomon can hear me, you forgot to ping for the match.
Yeah. Nice. Chungus Fungus, they do bring out the Hazard ban that I was talking about. Smoke Wolves, they've kind of rallied around the Hazard here, and they do whip out the Bastion ban. What do you think about Bastion on Busan? I don't think he's that great as compared to other maps.
How much Pangolix ball do you know? Because Pangolix has built a reputation in the past, I don't know, like 6 seasons of BPL of being the Bastion guy.
Oh, I know. I've been well informed by some of the most knowledgeable Pangolix enjoyers, Pangolix spectators of his deeds. I mean, I literally just got done warming up this Smoke Wolves roster, and I just played Bastion. And I won't lie, it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I love Bastion.
I don't know if I like it here, but I guess, like, it depends on if Smoke Wolves have specific maps in mind. Because Bastion
From what I know,
is,
they do.
Yeah, if you're like in a situation where you're forcing like super vertical mobility maps and stuff, Bastion loses value. But I think Control is one of the better places to ban it, because it's not like you can take that many good angles onto enemy teams. And so if you're just like front to backing, Bastion is really good at just like ooga booga, like shooting the tank. And then if there's no angles you can take on the Bastion, it's harder to like punish them and force out.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. Busan, it's got a few weird spots that you can set. I do think, honestly, with the perks that Bastion has now, I imagine Pangolix has done his Lindholm explosive jumps to see where he can get to without bomb. You can reach the high ground of downtown with just one Bastion shot at the feet, and then a second one once you start to reach the top to give you an extra bit of momentum. So that character does got hops once you put in those perks, and is going to be very annoying, especially without a Hazard. We're probably just going to see a Diva and just some fast-paced gameplay from the Smoke Wolves roster, though, because there is no Bastion.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Pangolix is like, they're more versatile than people expect. So I think, yeah, I don't know how much people have watched. I haven't been able to see a lot of Chungus Fungus, but definitely in my past experiences with him, like he has like a demon cast on the down low, and like you never know what he can roll out on, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. I have been a spectator of the Chungus Fungus throughout the season. I think I've watched all of their matches just because it's funny to watch them play. I like the characters. Oh yeah, I've seen Pangalex play some Sombra. I've watched him play some Ashe. I've watched him play some Cassidy. There's just a good handful of characters that he'll whip out, especially with his trusted partner Otters in the backline, keeping him up. What a dynamic duo these two are. Really kind of shoehorned their way through the regular season, and am looking to honestly upset teams in the playoffs. I don't know about you, Para, but Chungus Fungus was not on my like list of teams to make playoffs.
I think on paper, at the start of the season, they were definitely one of the better teams, and I think the way it panned out, people kind of started sleeping on them. But yeah, if there's a time to like make a surge and really like start punching up and start making a name, it's during the playoffs. So definitely a dark horse there.
I think we've already seen that from a team like Campfire Song. You know, like I mean, I don't think it's that mean to call the regular season not great, but look at them now. Like, they made it to playoffs, which most teams didn't do.
Yeah. And they looked good in that match against Frogs on Fire. I mean,
they did.
Especially that Esperanca. You saw a lot of the right things, really tight rotations, really cohesive macro gameplay. Like, and then Sidix was just able to take over a lobby if he willed it. Shout out to that guy. He's so good.
Oh, yeah. It looks like the Tracers have already gone down in this first fight here. Pangalex picking up that first pick. Chungus Fungus on their just like standard BAP Weaver backline as the Divas are now fighting on point. Pangalex, another amazing pick on a bean can. Just because this guy isn't on Bastion does not mean he is not lethal. I mean, he's got all those hours of aim, and on a slightly more meta hit scan, I mean, this guy puts in work.
I want to ask you about the impacts of the Tracer change. Obviously, we're seeing it still here, and I think you're a marginally better player than I am.
Okay.
So, in your experience in the team, like, how much does it affect the character, and like, does it impact anything here? I'm not sure.
I would say the main difference between the Tracer's spread is that her poke game is a lot weaker, which you don't think about a lot on Tracer, but the poke game is being annoying, and I mean, like, you could see there, Dab had to get a lot closer to put any meaningful damage into Pangalex, who just 2-tapped him immediately. And so what the spread nerf does is it means you can ignore Tracer a lot more when she isn't close. You can just kind of brush her off to the side, and the 6 damage is like 1 damage from range now instead of like 2 or 3, which can be annoying. And so you have to play more aggressive on the Tracer.
Yeah, and Static Dream just got absolutely fucked over there.
Oh, yeah.
D-mech'd right in their spawn doors, now just has to concede, I think, upwards of 20% just to even get ready for a fight, trying to get this mech back. And
honestly,
look at Chungus Fungus ult bank.
Oh, they're looking so pretty with all those ults. And Smokos, I mean, they are coming up on a lot of stuff. It's not that far behind, but Window and Tree are just so hard to rip through. Ult goes in, Tree literally blocks it. Mafia, however, does get picked by Charlene, who has swapped over to the Freya, but ults are just coming out left, right, and center. And unfortunately, Static, you can see, got demec'd in, killed at 92% ult, was so close to the bomb, but just the sustain of Window plus Tree, there's just no way to break through that damage output, especially with Bob Puppy guarding the point.
Yeah. That's just the perpetual issue with Lifeweaver. It's not like the character is good, but the numbers are so high, the sustain is so good, that it becomes basically impossible to try to, like, play aggressive for a pick or anything. But I mean, getting Pangalex is like a good start, as Otters is soon to follow. I think Ilum just getting like hard zoned out, let the rest of the team collapse.
Yeah, if you're Smoke Wolves here, the big thing that you're looking for, besides trying to dislodge this BAP Weaver very bulky backline, is just continuously put pressure on Pangalex. This guy is just so good at the hit scan characters that if you just let him run wild, it's really hard to get stuff done. I mean, we've seen Dab has gone on and just been 2-taps like 3 times already this round trying to kill Pangalex.
Yeah, but the thing is, as you said, it's kind of an evil necessity there. If you can't get onto Pangalex, like, it's not like there's anyone else you can realistically poke out. So it becomes a lose-lose for Dab Master there if they can't get value. But speaking of value, Lamp forced out already, forcing the backline into the back left there. And they're able to just stabilize, like prevent a hit from coming out.
And Chungus Fungus are doing actually a really good subtle job of corralling the entirety of Smokles onto the point so that they can play with this window. And then like Shoreline just gets caught up a little bit too early. Dab tries to make up for lost time and just gets forced down. And now just the ult fight. It's just so much in the favor of Smokles. But somehow to get caught with that nuke, I mean, that's insane. I don't think it's going to matter though, as I don't even know Smokles have someone to touch. Oh, and Foolish.
Foolish just blew up.
Yeah. But Chungus Fungus, I think that the big thing that makes them scary is they play these off-meta characters, you would call it, but they do it in such a good way that you don't realize how much pressure you're taking and how easy it is to get rotated into a bad spot. And they just did it expertly. I mean, Mafia corralled them to the side by pressuring the back. Pangalex and Hyun just bullied them from the front to slowly push out Shoreline and Dab. And then Static just had to back up piece by piece. And eventually, Chungus Fungus backline just had all the room in the world to put their Weaver in a good spot with their BAP, with just a really nice window location. And there's just nothing you can do at that point.
Yeah, definitely a really strong showing off the start for Chungus Fungus. Definitely, and I'm sure we've talked about it before, but not the favorites here. Having a bit of an underdog run would be a massive statement to make it to upper semis, where Frogs on Fire await them. So, we'll see what they can capitalize on here as Shoreline Pie and Dabmaster opting to switch up the characters.
Yeah, and this is a big thing that Smokles like to do, I've noticed, when they're losing momentum, when they feel a little lost. They will just hit the gas with this Ramatra Lucio cast comp and just look to bulldoze through enemies here. Mafia, amazing job picking one up. Pangalex grabs Dab as well. And honestly, if there's one thing that's been just lights out this entire season about Chungus Fungus, it's honestly been their DPS line. I think Mafia and Jan have done really well when people thought they'd maybe be a little bit overshadowed by Pangalex.
Love Mafia. I'm the biggest Mafia blazer. Fun fact, he was originally supposed to be my B-League player captain.
Really?
Yeah, when I was getting my initial captains, I was under the pretext that it would be similar to last season.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the league took a different direction in terms of the league sizes, and so unfortunately I had to let Mafia go. Really wanted him on Frogs on Fire, but I kind of committed to a different flex DPS. That being said, I can say nothing but praise for the guy. Not only of his gameplay, but his character is also really good. He's a great dude.
Well, that's fantastic. I think this Chungus Fungus roster is comprised of people who are pretty liked in the community, if not definitely good, like notable members of the community, for sure. And Smokles, I mean, you could say the same about them. I feel like a lot of notable faces on this roster, especially that DPS line of SLP Dab. But the ult fights, they're coming out. Shoreline trying to get stuff done. Amazing grip from Lylum there. And Pangalex's Bob is just being so annoying from that line, as it looks like, yeah, Shoreline just gets jumped in the corner as beat. Where is Dab?
Dab, you got
the elevator's out of order.
Good ult by Static Dream here to get the fight win, but I don't think they realized they conceded point and are now draining percentage.
A really good flip by Mafia while the team was distracted, honestly. This few percent, just this 20% is going to matter.
I think this might extend a whole extra fight, because not only is it percent for them, but it's less percent for the enemy team. And I mean, now they're in their spawn doors, no hesitation whatsoever, but that Master pays the price.
Oh yeah, and they do get that additional pick, but Chungus Fungus drew out so many resources from Smokles there. I mean, they're down a lot, and they can look to push this, but amazing window from Beacon just shreds Hyun, just evaporated. That Orisa HP bar has never looked so weak than in front of a window.
Yeah. As I would say, my tank blew up. But the Smoke Wolves, no ultimates on the horizon. That was their last one in the bank, and Chungus Fungus sitting on 3, upcoming 4, so probably some sort of ultimate cash out ensuing in a potential fight win. So we'll see what happens here.
Oh yeah, and Mafia just picks Foolish with their pants down on the side. and just Static dropping so low, being forced to commit all the resources. But in this time, forcing all the resources, everyone else has died around Static. The Ramatra, he's so bulky, but I'm pretty sure your team is dead at this point. So it does not matter how long Static lives. And Smokles, they are going to need to, I think, play a little bit more stacked. You've seen every single time Dab or Shoreline or Foolish have taken a bit of an aggressive side angle, they just get collapsed on by like Mafia and Pangalex, who have just done such a good job of just making Dab Master's life just so much harder on the Genji and Tracer.
Yeah. High Noon out early, Smoke Wolf. Oh my goodness, that spear.
I am not a fan of the Orisa shield in this matchup. I think Ramatra just, you want your spin to deal with Ram, and just, you see it already, Lila Mafia goes down in Static 1, but little does Hyun know, I don't think he's going down as Smokles, they take the point, honestly, pretty convincingly, and I do think a small part of that is just how long it took for Chungus Fungus to actually take any point space at all. I really don't like the Orisa shield, especially into a character like Ram, who your spin is just so good. You just block his punches, you force him back in Nemesis and Annihilation, and just make it so hard because you can also just eat blade hits and high noon bullets. You can't do that anymore with shield.
Yeah. I think a lot of the space creation of the Orisa is tied to either the shield or the spin, and I think into the Ramatra, just being able to neutralize the value of that shield and just walk past it, if not ignore it altogether, is just it tilts the matchup a little bit more, because generally speaking, at least in my eyes, I don't think Orisa or Ramatra is good into Orisa because of some of the cooldowns, but you know.
It's like a 40-60 in my opinion. I think if you're the better Ram player than the enemy is an Orisa player, you make it work. But if it's even, it's really tough to get any value. As we see, the Smokles roster here, they're playing very conventional. This is a very standardized composition in today's meta. And Chungus Fungus, they haven't really changed anything across the 3 points except for the character Hyun is on, because it's just honestly worked pretty well for them. But we can see if there is a matchup that's really good, it's Ramatra into D.Va. I mean, D.Va can do nothing about Ramatra. You just have to hope that someone shoots him out or Nemesis formans early.
Yeah. Half of the time you say smart shit and I just like nod. But you don't need to be smart to see that Mafia just clipped the fuck out of Shoreline Pie. He's gone. And Static Stream now trying to get a trade, which they do get out to Pengalex though. Despite it's gonna get a little scrappy now as Yinkan is soon to follow.
And even though Chungus Fungus is going down a lot in this fight, they do get a really good trade, as you pointed out. And the way that they use their util is so good, but it's so rough. Dab has like really come alive on this third point of just being a pest, which is even harder on Tracer now with the spread increase. And just, I mean, listen, we all love pull streams. It just happens.
Yeah. I mean, that's in character for Dab Master. But, they didn't get the cap there either when they had the slight advantage, so the entire time the point's been running towards Smoke Wolves, and they're already above 60% with multiple key crucial ultimates on the board. Pulse Bomb comes out, goes a little wide, and we'll see if Chungus Fungus invests any more into this fight.
Listen, no one watches BPL to watch Tracers land Pulse Bombs. Honestly, we're happy if one happens during a set. We'll keep tabs on that. I don't think there's been one yet, at least in map 1. But just ults coming out, Smokles here, I mean, the Ram is holding right click, no one is dying, except for Foolish, who is caught on the wrong end of a Pangalex Bob. Dab tries to run down Otters, but this Pangalex Bob is just so good. It's gotten so much value in just, man, honestly, if you're Smokles though, Chungus Fungus used a lot. I mean, that's the backline ults out, and when the backline ults come out for the Chungus Fungus comp, just like let them win the fight. It's so hard to rip through it. Just go next.
Yeah, identifying that they just needed to sit on point and do absolutely nothing. Stalled it up to 85, traded 3 ultimates for 1, so Smokewell was in an advantageous position economy-wise here. Shoreline Pie gets an advantageous kill and is now in their backline.
Oh, Kiri managing to step in, being amazing. Suzu And it looks like Hyun going to do his most, and he does trade Foolish, who decided to make sure that the Diva was going to die and maybe overstepped his bounds as he dies there. And it looks like Static did force Bean to go to him. But we're going to see Pulse Bomb in hand. Mafia running up, seeing if he can land it, but the beat comes out. Smokel's, it looks like they've stabilized, but SLP dies right before the beat comes out. And this is do or die for both teams here, especially Chungus, Fungus. We do get a Pulse Bomb sick. That is one. We've successfully gotten one on map 1.
Yeah, Diva, the only thing that can really touch point right now. Dammaster back, posturing in the back line. Almost gets the kill on the Pangalex, but the peel is good. Big pull. Cooldown's getting forced out, and Pangalex, oh my goodness.
What a monster. Just it's so good from this.
I'm just saying, if that was Freedom Tracer, they win that, bro.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we, unironically, I do actually think you get the kill on Pangalex there. We saw so many bullets from that new Tracer spread just miss Pangalex by a tiny bit. That is the benefit of the Tracer spread. You are going to miss out on a lot of kills you would have gotten. But Pangalex not missing out on any of the kills he's gotten. I mean, this guy is cracked on his aim. I don't think I've ever seen an Ashe put a Tracer in the bin this hard as what's going on right now.
Yeah. Dammaster, Mafia kind of feeling each other out on the side there, but an immediate ult from Static Dream. Lifeweaver ult traded out, but the point cap, let's see who can touch, as I don't know where the Diva is. Diva gets on last second, but Otters goes down, so this is not looking good for Chungus Fungus.
Yeah, I think the second this tree gets ripped here, it's going to spell disaster for this roster. Hyun tries to make something happen.
A stick!
We've done it. Both teams have landed one Pulse Bomb. Just ignore the fact that it was onto a blocking Ramatra and a Diva. That's not important. What is important is the fact that I think this map 1 is going to go to Smoke Wolves.
Yeah, but really competitive. A lot more competitive than I think people would expect from Chungus Fungus into this team. But honestly, the Bastion ban is gone. So
yeah,
they can't re-ban it, and because of the way the system works, I don't think there's anyone else you could reliably target ban on Chungus Fungus. I don't think their hero pools are that linear. And so they can afford to just take map pick and force the map into something that's very favorable for that kind of composition.
I definitely say I gotta agree with you. The main thing that is left, if you are looking at target ban stuff on Chungus Fungus, is their bread and butter BAP Weaver backline. Otters, Lylum, the characters that they want to play the most are that BAP Weaver. I mean, if you watched Chungus Fungus's play-in match as well, I think they played BAP Weaver every single game, and Spud Clusters didn't ban either of those characters. But if you're Smoke Wolves, you have the chance to not repeat history. You can get the BAP out during a map. You can get the Weaver out during a map. You can force them to play stuff they're a little less used to playing. And even on certain maps, I mean, you can still look to ban out, like, Mafia's Tracer, or you can ban the Ashe from Pangalex, which looked very scary. I don't know. There are some points where I would rather fight the Bastion than that Ashe with those shots.
Yeah. That is true, and I think specifically Dammaster is probably happy that if Pangalex opts to go back to Bastion, because they can't just one-tap you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that backline might be in a little bit of a situation. I feel like BAP Weaver, I guess it is their bread and butter, but I feel like there are like reasonable alternatives. Yeah. And I'm not sure if it's like because I think it's like a more cohesive thing rather than they're like a Weaver or Baptiste Demon. Obviously, Otters is just super talented on flex support in general. So I feel like he could get value on pretty much anything he puts. And I think there are alternatives to Lifeweaver in the context of the composition, but I assume they're not as good. So we will see. Yeah.
That is the Weaver ban coming out, like I pointed out. I think this is smart. Weaver is actually pretty dang good on Numbani, especially Numbani first and second. Easy access to the high. Chungus Fungus, to get rid of the Freya here, I'm a little curious on that. I feel like if you're Chungus Fungus, Mafia's Freya has done so much for you in previous sets. They definitely have some sort of plan in mind to work around this. I would say if you are going to run the Bastion, Freya is so annoying to deal with that this isn't a bad ban.
Shoreline Pie. kind of built a reputation this season.
Mhm.
When Freya was at their most powerful of being probably the best Freya in the league. So I can definitely see the hesitation to tell Mafia to take the mirror. Especially on a map like this. I'm surprised they picked Numbani. Are they planning on running some like Giga Chad TP stuff, or Orisa maybe anchoring? Like, it's a very, I see a vision. I just want to see if they can, like, they actually like fully execute it, because I think my A-League team has run like a cast Symmetra on this map, and it's actually been shockingly good. So maybe something of the same.
I've been watching a lot of that stuff. I remember y'all's game versus Primal Pineapples. You went Numbani. It almost drew. You guys played that Symmetra cast, and it did wonders for y'all. It was really good. I am curious, because one of the weirder characters we actually haven't seen a lot of from Chungus Fungus is Sim. They seem a lot more willing to play other interesting characters, but I haven't seen a ton of Sim from this team. I imagine they really like to play, more of that Tracer, the Freya, the Genji, especially if you've got someone like Janin to play it. But I am curious to see, as this will probably just be a Hazard v Diva matchup for this map too, especially now that the Hazard's back online for Static, who has just looked kind of lights out, but it looks like we are going to start on the Diva. I do think this is a safe bet. If you're expecting Bastion, Hazard can deal with Bastion, but man, it's not fun.
Is Pengler gonna pick it? I feel like the way this composition looks right now, it doesn't seem. Oh yeah, no, he's just full sending it. I love that.
You were the one who said, "Do you understand Pangalek's ball?" And you are questioning his Bastion pick. Of course, he's picking Bastion.
Yeah, but I mean, is Static Dream known to be a Diva player? I've heard rumblings of his hero pool being a little limited. I'm not sure what is in said hero pool, but
it is 3 characters. Their names are Diva, Hazard, and Orisa. Those are it. So anyone out there wondering how to deal with Smoke Wolves, yeah, that is Static's tank line. It is those 3 characters.
Yeah, I believe they have a second tank in Phoebe Jargo.
Yes, they do.
I'm not sure if they're present or not, and I
will check.
I mean, we do see last night in Fortune, so that's the only. Oh, and Bad Bull. Who the hell?
I'm pretty sure that is Destiny. I'm pretty sure that is Destiny.
Account name. Also dying really early in that fight. So.
Yep. Mafia does go down, so it is even though, but look, those Smoke Wolves HP bars, it's pretty hard to heal all that up with just a Lucio here. And we see Static just so hungry for all those Bastion bullets. The team does a great job mitigating it. But now, the main thing that they've given up is all this space control. Chungus Fungus, ooh, they're dropping low. But it looks like no one has died yet, and Static has lost mech. If they can just keep Pangalex up on this high and keep pressuring on, they can look to just be annoying, as Window is just really good from this team as they're able to pressure high, and Foolish extends a little bit too much on the side angle, and it looks like Smoke Wolves, they're going to be dropping 0.1 after about a minute and a half.
Yeah. Really, really good sustain on that high ground. I mean, I guess the Diva doesn't really do much other than just enable the Bastion in this comp. But Stab Master hunting Mafia, able to get them kind of revenge for the posturing they did onto the Lucio last fight. As now they just kind of are able to stabilize around this corner. 4 and 4 stat early.
Yeah. Very curious to see here how Chungus Fungus expect to pressure through here, especially with Shoreline popping that ult, grabbing Otters in the body. It looks like Lilam also gonna drop down here. I mean, even though we've seen, as you've talked about, Shoreline make a name for himself this season on the Freya, I mean, this guy is still so good at like the casts, at the Sojourn. It's no wonder a lot of people are rating this DPS line as probably like in the top 5 across the A-League.
Yeah, I think Shoreline Pie, value to performance-wise, we have to remember he went for 38k. That's really cheap, and predicated off that, I think is the basis of this team's performance. I think if I was in a position where I got Shoreline Pie for 38k, I would be like putting a parade in the street for him, you know? That is pennies and dimes. But I mean, I guess that's why maybe that contributes to the narrative of being a most improved player. I still don't get it.
I don't get it. I think you're crazy if in the most improved player for A-League list you put Shoreline. I'm gonna be real. I don't know why
dead.
Epic Shock wasn't on that list. I think Epic Shock is probably one of the biggest stories of A-League, but that's just my two-piece for it.
I nominated Epic Shock.
Listen, I nominated Epic Shock for when the captains got their stuff. Also, yeah,
to be fair, Epic Shock got it in Kitsune League Season 4, which was the preliminary event to this. So he would have gone it 2 times in a row, which would also be funny.
I mean,
But
he's done
unfortunately
so
not
good.
nominated. Yeah, seriously, from last season being on like a bottom team in C League to now being more than a competent piece on a competitive A League team. I mean, I don't believe they're still in the tournament, but they were.
They unfortunately are not. They were on once more, and unfortunately they were taken out back by.
Yo, is last night okay? Yo, last night, fight back, bro.
Oh. You know what happened? I think what it was, yeah, they.
Oh no, they need to pause the match.
I'm pretty sure what happened is that Chungus Fungus were winning the fight, and Dabmaster just blew up his PC, so that they would win the fight. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened. Everyone definitely, that is the reason Chungus Fungus lost that fight. Anyway, in that match, yeah, Shoreline, I think definitely the shining star of this team, has done a ton for this roster overall. And as you said, got for super cheap. Quick shout out, my boy Clooney, got him for 24K. I think I got him for extremely cheap. Hashtag Clooney for best DPS player. That's my shout out. My boy Clooney's the GOAT. But yeah, honestly, how do Chungus Fungus have to push this Smokel's roster out now that they've been reset?
I don't know. I think Static Dream is doing a good job of just saving the DM for the forms, not really getting forced out early. So they're doing a lot of these hits where they're just hard swinging and then window forming and trying to front to back blow up the tank. But Static Dream, generally speaking, has not immediately died to those. So yeah. And Bubba Y is typing in chat, so I'm frowning. Sorry, so I just saw that and I just got angry.
You know what? Very fair. I will say that is a genuine skill check. Like, you can say, you know, Diva just right-click Bastion form. It is a skill check for tank players to see, can you survive the 8 seconds of Bastion form? And as you pointed out, I think Static has done a great job of that. But also this Chungus Fungus roster, I know we haven't gotten far into map 2, but they're making this very competitive. And I think that's pretty shocking to a lot of players, if not a little interesting. Kind of in the same way the Campfire Song made that Frogs on Fire game a little close for comfort in a lot of people's eyes. Chungus Fungus, the underdog team, a team a lot of people definitely didn't expect to make it to playoffs. They're showing that this is a very competent roster that can punch upwards.
I've kind of been seeing a little bit of a narrative, not too much. You have these like, so people like Pangalex, people like Cinex, these are like perennial age-old BPL players. They've been around for God knows how long. And they, like, it kind of feels like people start underrating them because there's so much new talent coming in, new players and stuff. I think if you looked at this season compared to like 1 or 2 seasons ago, a lot of it looks very different, not even just skill level wise. And so as we get it back in the match, I just want to say, like, I feel like people start underrating a lot of these like old school players, and I don't know how I feel about that. I think players like I don't know where I'm going with this tangent. I just think I want to give them their flowers for being around and still being this amazing at the game.
We can see Smokles. Oh, that's another pulse stuck. We can add that onto our super
you'll not be on there!
The point. And you know what? Guys, everyone put your hands together. Dab did in fact land his second pulse point of this series. However, he forgot his #1 job in the Tracer mirror, which was marking the Tracer. And so I think we're gonna have to deduct both of his stuck pulse bombs for that. What do you say?
I'm upvoting that C9, bro. That was epic.
Leif forgetting something.
Yeah.
I just don't have anything more to say than that. Yeah.
That's like kind of strong. I don't necessarily love the window here, but like, you know, you got the point for literally free. Might as well just full send it. They're able to get it around the corner, I guess. I didn't think they were holding close, but
I think that was the worst C9 we've had in BPL 7. I can't, like, there have been a couple, like, you know, that was kind of weird ones, but no, that one was bad. Smokles, so they're responding with ults. They're already up one. They've had some people forced out, but they're just going super aggressive, and that's multiple ults coming out for Smokles here. I mean, we saw, okay, Shoreline, that's cool. You know what? We can just face tank the Diva Bomb. Let's just reset, guys.
I think he thought that the little thingamabob there would protect him, and it didn't. It failed him.
It failed him, and you know what? That's totally fine. But Smokles, they actually committed a lot to that engage. I mean, they committed 2 ults, another pulse streams, another pulse bomb stuck there. Okay, the Tracers, they're coming online. They're actually starting to land some pulse bombs. And Chungus Fungus, I feel like you just back up. You need to get ults on the board. You cannot keep trickling away, bleeding this timer out, because that really is what it feels like. And now it looks like we're going to lose some more people, but that is such a good trade for Chungus Fungus, and it doesn't matter because everyone's dead.
Yeah, looked scary for about 2 seconds there, and then you realize, oh my god, you're in their spawn doors.
This is the Smoke Wolves way. They like to press any advantage they get. They like to run it down, go as deep as they can, and just play really aggressive off of any small advantage they get, and they're not scared. They are like, we're going in and we're gonna win, or we're just not. And I have been seeing more Tracer players pick that that different major perk recently with the ammo and the health. I still am not a fan of it.
Wait, which one is that?
So Tracer's 2 major perks, which is crazy, I know, because, oh, that was almost really cool from Pangalex. I wish that worked. There's this.
The recall perk was like only 50 overhealth.
Well, they've been shadow buffing it for like three different patch notes. It gives 50 overhealth and 20 additional ammo for like the first clip, which is kind of nice. 2 blinks is just broken though. And Chungus Fungus, they brought it down to a single fight scenario here, and with Dab going down, the only ult Smokles has to go off is Foolish's bead, and it looks like it comes out just in time as Mafia ints a bit in, but it is so hard to rip through and dislodge last night on this Ramatra character, and I don't know if they're going to be able to do it
Shoreline
here.
Pie needs to be a hero.
Shoreline Pie needs to be a hero, but it's Destiny that's the hero, but the backline goes down as Pangalex pops the form, trades going back and forth, and just...
Oh my god, last night just killed 3!
This Ramatra character, I mean, great job to Smoke Wolves. You killed everyone else. However, you left the 800 HP tank on the point, punch everyone until their HP bars drop 0. So realistically, we take those if you're Chungus Fungus.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I've been munching on a yogurt bowl.
Oh, what?
It's very good.
What type of yogurt?
I don't know, but it's got blueberries in it, so it's blueberry flavored.
Nice, nice, nice.
Got some like oats.
Nice. Have you tried like have you ever tried key lime pie yogurt? That's good.
For some reason, I just don't really like a lot of citrus stuff.
That's fair, that's fair.
Yeah.
Blueberry yogurts are good. You know, I could go for like a strawberry or blueberry. Peach yogurt's great. I love peach yogurt. That's my favorite.
I haven't had a lot of yogurt like in a long time. I used to love yogurt like when I was like the Go-Gurt. Is that what it's called? Like
Go-Gurt, yeah.
Go-Gurt.
Are you thinking of because Go-Gurt is
the pouches? Those are the pouches.
Yeah,
what
those are like
the cups.
You're thinking of like I'm thinking of Danimals.
Danimals?
Danimals that had like the monkey. They came in little like plastic bottles and stuff. That's a yogurt brand. I might be crazy.
I think I had the Chobani.
Oh, Chobani is good.
Sorry, we're not sponsored or anything. We just started talking about yogurt.
No, we just like yogurt. You know what? We'll continue our yogurt conversation if there's down period in between maps. Chungus Fungus here on, I think, an identical roster to their attack round. Smokles doing the same thing. The only difference is Destiny on this Ana here, and genuinely, this Ana pick is good because this Chungus Fungus Roaster has nothing if you land a nade onto them, and what a nade that is. Wow, that's just going to buy you space.
Yeah, so many cooldowns, all the DM, form forced out, probably multiple packs as well. Like look how far back Pengalix, they have to concede the high ground, so not really an easy way of getting back into this fight now. However, the threat of the form is still there, but the point pressure continues nonetheless.
Oh yeah, and this is what I was expecting this roster to do, play around the Bastion, and apparently no one caught the Pangalex memo of him taking the side angle here. Destiny does go down. It looks like they get a touch of the last second. Chungus Fungus, if they can keep last night up on point, which doesn't happen, they might be able to turn it, but they're going to need some pretty crazy picks here as Shoreline does finally drop. The HP bars very low for the side of Chungus Fungus, but they're not giving up yet as Mafia gets another.
No way.
What an amazing catch from Lylum. Holy goodness. And they could stagger at this D.Va, but they just decide for a revenge kill. And that's 98.5%, but not a cap. Just insane gameplay from the backline of Chungus Fungus, keeping that point alive.
Yeah, that was demonic. The fact that Otters didn't die there, they had to have done some sort of dark dealing to get their life back there.
That Tracer spread nerf.
I suppose, yeah, good timing for that. But Otter's window goes open, Static Dream immediately in danger, but able to get out. They just have to bide their time now.
And it looks like Mafia did not get the memo that his entire team was playing slow while they had a window up. Instead, decides to go in and go down early here. However, Destiny also doesn't get the... Oh, never mind. You know what? Everything is for naught.
Oh my God.
We are now... I think we've hit an equal amount of good pulse bombs that haven't been on a tank to C9s in this set.
What a way to have the point there. It definitely was not looking optimistic. You lost your Ana. The Nano got no value because they got whip-shotted off of the engage, so... But now Last Night has no mech, so they have no way of actually, like, holding close or anything. And now they're gonna cash out.
Yeah, and cash out they will. Honestly, if you're Shoreline, you didn't even need that ult. Mafia doing a really good job just stalling point out as long as they can, given their team time to reset and regroup. And if you're Smokles, you've got a lot of ults coming up. You have the nuke and the beat, which, you know, aren't the most naturally aggressive ultimates, but you also have a pulse coming up, and Chungus Fungus. You also have your D.Va nuke and your Bastion ult. So honestly, it's just going to be a battle of which character's not incredible ult is going to get more value faster.
Yeah. Kind of having a mid-off here in terms of the ultimate economy, but Static Dream getting forced out early, might have to pop the bomb. Doesn't really have to. Beat comes out to sustain, but Bad Boy doesn't get it.
Yeah, Destiny, I guess it was written in their stars that they go down there, and I think Pangalex is going down into that as the nuke comes out. Pulse Bomb, we've got so many pulse streams here tonight in this game, but it doesn't matter. Shoreline takes down Mafia as Shoreline's 1 HP last night runs him over in the mech. And this fight is just so scrappy. I don't think we've seen a clean fight from either of these teams. It has just been how many bullets can we put into the other team. And that's just kind of been it. As Smokles, they're forced to reset again. And what was genuinely such a good first point and second point start, the clock is bleeding. The clock is slowly dying.
I already am pulling out the telescope preemptively. I see a draw on the horizon here.
I'm hoping for a draw, man. I really am. It'd be the second
I think
draw.
Solomon is not looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And
Bad Boy getting caught out, like, just kind of with their pants down. But Static Dream, however, able to trade out the entirety of the enemy team.
And just, I don't know if you saw it there, but I'm gonna, oh, well, we need a pause. We need a pause.
Last night! Oh, wait, no, I don't think they were pausing. I think they were just trying to, like, bait AFK.
I don't know.
Surely. I mean, they were dead anyways, right?
Oh, they were most likely dead anyway. They might have been able to stall a little more time. I don't know what it is, but every single time Chungus Fungus is about to win an important fight, Last Night just kind of slowly disconnects. Yeah, I was going to quickly point out a little bit of tidbit of information here for people on D.Va. Her shield perk automatically restores 150 HP as shields the second they pick it. And so you do just get an HP boost the second you pick it. A little bit of trivia.
Ooh, they dropped the shield for that? Is that like normal?
Yeah, because if you drop shield, the pulse falls off of it.
Yeah.
But they waited so long that when they actually dropped the shield, it just exploded because they took so long. And Ramatra's bulky, but I don't know if they're going to make it through this one. As Chungus Fungus here, they've done a great job.
Oh my god, Lylon!
You know what? I don't know what's going on in this game, Para. Like, what are all these players drank? It feels like no one wants to have a clean fight. No one wants to have a good pulse. Just anything. Just people are just dying for just random stuff. And I don't think we've ever seen... No, we've seen last night on Zarya like once. But yeah. This has been a match.
Yeah. I mean, really late game. I don't know if that actually affects anything. I mean, I would not be the biggest fan of starting a match at 10 p.m., but...
Listen,
you know.
If it works, so I think people are just happy that Smokel's Chungus Fungus get to actually play a match. If you're any other A-League team, I know, especially if your Frog's on fire, you probably kind of like to know who you're playing against because you've had zero prep time for your opponent because you just don't know who it's going to be. However, Smokewolves, they know their objective, which is cap this point and beat Chungus Fungus.
They gotta cap it now. Oh yeah,
and
perfect.
Listen, it's not winnable for Chungus Fungus, but we're approaching that mythical Numbani draw, which, if I'm correct, we have almost drawn Numbani 4 times throughout the course of BPL 7. Can we finally do it?
I can only hope so.
I'm praying.
Yep, Solomon, how do you feel about an extra draw?
Solomon is just ecstatic about the potential.
He is like, yes! I can't wait to stay up till 7 in the morning.
See, that's the most excited Solomon I think has ever been on stream, guys. I mean, can you imagine if we get a 6-map series? I know everyone is just hoping and praying that Chungus Fungus draws out.
I would be, as the cool kids call it, turned up.
I don't know if you're using that correctly, but I'm gonna assume you are. I don't think you are.
Most definitely not. Most definitely not.
Yeah, you know what? Good job. I think you're correct, Para, and no one can say otherwise.
Thank you.
What is Chungus Fungus running? Like,
they're starting to believe. They're starting to believe.
Is this what believing looks like?
Oh, you think Otters just took the headshot perk off rip? Can we check that once it goes in?
Can we press tab?
I have an
spectating. Can we just can we press tab? Like what? I think it's cry on free cam.
Yeah, shout out to the observers.
Yeah, shout out to the observers. They're tired. They want them. Wait. Destiny has crits. Destiny has crits. What the heck?
No,
Otters does not have crits. Okay, cool. We're good now. Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Oh, good boop from Static Dream, forcing him on
even better boop from Lylum.
Oh, yeah. Wait, was that a boop off the map?
Yeah. Foolish taking a drink in the magnificent streets of Numbani. I've never actually looked over the ledge. I think there's a road down there, but I don't spend my time looking over the side of Numbani, so I don't know.
Lylum has gotten like 3 boops on Brig off of the map, on Numbani of all maps. That is really impressive.
Something is in the Smokewolves water. I don't know what's going on this game, but I know everyone is excited for this draw coming out here. Otters dropping 1. But Smokewolves, they need to make something happen. And Chungus Fungus, it's so hard to get some fun. Shoreline drops to 1. Is anyone going to secure a kill in this fight? Everyone is dropping so low. Look at these HP bars. First blood goes to last night on the Shoreline Mafia. Kills Destiny. Lylum kills Death. Otters kills Foolish. In chat, this is it. This is the first Numbani draw we have gotten here so many times. Whether it's the Frogs on Fire versus Primal Pineapples match, whether it was the, oh my god, which one I think? The Zephyr Spud Clusters match. There was a B League match and a C League match that I think almost went to a map 5 on Numbani. I mean, a draw on Numbani. And we've finally done it. I'm so glad that all it took was it to be just 10 o'clock at night for us to finally get here. And man, someone needs to check what's in these players' waters, because I don't think anyone's in the right mind right now.
Alcohol.
It's gotta be.
If they're of age.
If you are above the age of 21, there is no law against drinking during your BPL match. However, we do not condone it.
That's so hype.
That's so hype. You know what's also hype, Para? Using your Amazon Primes to subscribe to Bad Pachimari League to catch all of the playoff action. That's also hype.
Yeah, and you really don't want to miss it because of stupid advertisements. I cannot guarantee that Solomon will make sure there are no advertisements mid-game, but if you want to save yourself from any sort of potential problems, let's say you miss a crucial ult fight because, there's 1 out of 5 advertisements. You don't want that. And so if you want to support the community and have an ad-free viewing experience, be sure to use either a Twitch subscription or use your Twitch Prime that you get 1 free a month if you have Amazon Prime.
I completely agree. Can you imagine getting a minute and a half of ads during that round 3? I mean, you would have missed all the exciting action, such as Lylem booping Foolish off the map and SLP sliding into the Winston taser. Man, that would have been a disappointment, wouldn't it have? What's not a disappointment, however, is you see it at the end there. There's potential for a map 6, and we could head back to hybrid. I am grinning, and I don't know if it's because of sleep deprivation or this match or something in my water that these teams put in, but we're about to figure that out as we go to Push Flash, aren't we, Para?
Oh, Copax, thank you for the Prime subscription. Shout out to Copac S. I don't know how to pronounce that, but thank you for the Prime.
Already fantastic.
And I'm smiling because I'm finishing up my yogurt bowl.
Ooh, yummy. A good yogurt bowl, you know, it just gives you all the energy you need, for sure. We're going to Saravasa. I have not spent a ton of time learning the new layouts of these maps. Just in case you weren't fully aware, Para and viewers at home. Yes, both New Junk City and Saravasa got their reworks in the middle of the season. They have new layouts, and they look very pretty. Saravasa, not an insane change. I mean, the overall layout is more or less the same, just with some new covers or new places to stand. And New Junk City, though, is completely different. I'm hoping we see it at some point on the stream. I have mixed opinions. I think 3 of the 5 points are good. I think Ducks and Refinery are pretty trash now. But anyway, we're not on there. We're on Saravasa, and we see Diva and Bat bans. What are your thoughts, Para?
I think Otters being able to shoot the enemy and get headshots is very scary.
It's kind of cringe.
So, preventing Otters from playing the character that can easily headshot and do lots of damage makes sense. Mm-hmm. I think the Diva also makes sense. But that being said, from what we understand about Static Dream's hero pool, I doubt that we're going to play Diva anyway. But then how does Ramatra and Orisa fare into the Bastion?
I think... Okay, if you're Ram, you just hold block. If you don't have a Nemesis for him, you're probably dead. However, to see about the Hazard. Because Hazard is this team's like bread and butter, Saravasa. They play a Hazard. They play the Trey, Freya. They do it with the Lukiri. This is a very standardized team. And so, I mean, the good news, if there's no Diva, it is going to be harder for the backline to get as pressured out, especially if they choose to play the Orisa over the Hazard. It is going to be even easier for the backline to get value. I am a little curious about what this Chungus Fungus backline is going to look like in this map. I could see this being like on a Weaver. Is it great? Probably not. Are we probably going to see like Kiri Lucio? There's a chance. We'll find out. Have you played the new Saravasa yet, Para?
I've dabbled in it quite a bit. I think it feels pretty similar. I think a lot of the changes for the maps are more orientated about the transition zones between them, making it easier for a viewer and for players who aren't as familiar to really understand where they need to go and where the crucial fight points are. And it also just looks a lot better. They
prettied
on some
it
of
up.
these Flashpoint maps, you were prone to just having some really bland like side lanes. More specifically on New Junk City, there were some like there was nothing in between some of these points, and I think it was more so a visual update more so than on the points. The layouts have changed significantly.
I mean, I would say the only point that's like really different is that New Junk City Ducks, which for those that don't know, that is like the purplish point that has like the high ground bridge, and the point is underneath it. That one's called Ducks, like DUCTS, not ducks as in the ducks that are on the map, which are still there, by the way. I checked. They moved some of them, but they are still there. So the Junker Ducks are still alive, which is good.
Yeah. Glad to see that they still exist. I didn't know there were any ducks. I only knew about the ducks on Circuit Royale. So I'm glad to know that they've
They're ducks
that
on
they're all
Circuit
around.
Royale?
Yeah, and well, no, there's like the pool. Sorry, I meant like the pool duck.
Oh, the pool floaty ducks. Yes. They've been adding more creatures to maps. Have you noticed that? Like, they're just creatures on maps now. There's the Suravasa crocodiles, the New Junk City ducks. There's the Noombuggies, which are the Noombani robot bugs, which we didn't get to see, but they are on there. You have to be on at least medium graphics. There's a lot of animals in Overwatch now. There's the frogs on Atlas. I don't know if you've seen them. They're so cute.
I have not.
They're adorable. They're on Blue Point, the point everyone hates, with the little waterfall, and there's like the mini in the back. Anyway, we're just stalling some time while the teams either take a break or figure out bans. Well, no, ban's already gone. I don't know why we're not going. I imagine they're just talking.
That master tripped his router again over.
Wow.
No, I'm lying. I have no idea, by the way. Sorry. That's not like a conclusive thing.
I mean, with how much last night was disconnecting, I mean, Dabmaster definitely like walked over to last night's house and kicked his PC over whenever they were about to lose a fight.
They just coincidentally are playing from the same location.
Yeah, Dab dies and just quickly runs over and pushes him out of the chair.
That's happened before. In BPL history. Yeah, people have met up for LAN events and played BPL matches.
Oh, I thought you meant someone like running over and pushing people out of the chairs.
No,
but, like, that makes more
that could
sense.
happen.
That makes more sense, actually, you know. Look at how pretty this point is now. Orange looks so much nicer. I definitely have to agree with you, Para. I think that the original Flashpoint designs were very, like, we just need to push the mode out. This feels more Overwatchy. You know, they made everything more... they made it prettier. They added more covers. They made things more obvious. And it looks very nice. Now, I think the one point that really hasn't changed at all is center or purple, if you are going off the color names of the points, which is nice. I think the center point's not changing is just good as a standardized thing. And Chungus Fungus, I mean, we're seeing the last night Risa come out. Juno Brig, what are your thoughts on this backline? I don't think it's good anymore.
Really? I would have no idea. I thought this was still awesome.
I will do a very small PSA then. The reason this backline is not good is because of this cool thing called burst damage. With Tracer and Freya and Sojourn and Hazard being so good, it's just really hard for Juno to live. However, apparently it's even harder for Destiny and Shoreline to live, as those Otters rockets give him a light little love tap as last night finishes off SLP. And you know what? Just don't approach Otters, apparently. Like, this guy has too many guns and it's just putting people down.
I am surprised Bean Ken is not back in.
That is curious. Hold up. I'm going to check to see if they're still in their channel. They are. This feels like a very interesting choice from Smokeholes to not put Bean Cannon, especially if they're going to play Kiri, who, I mean, if you ask me, I think is the character Bean has been playing the most this season. However, Mafia gets his head taken off as Smokeholes, they're doing their best to push this back. Lilam now falls. It looks like Last Night is going to join them in the spawn room. And Otters and Pangalex here, they're the dynamic duo people know of, but they can't fight that 2v5 as Smokeholes claim the point, only losing 63%.
Oh my goodness, and Mafia almost in danger there, but able to get out. Just kind of scouting, I guess, a bit. Is my microphone okay, by the way? I'm leaning so far back in my chair.
It's a little quiet for me. I have no clue how it sounds on stream.
I will push it down. I can't push it down. You know, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna pick up my microphone.
Yeah, just like sports commentator it. Just hold it in your hands at this point. Smoke Wolves, Destiny, even though they dropped immediately in this, they do get their ult first as they swing on out. Otters, however, responds with the other really strong support ult. In Smoke Wolves, their HP bars, they're dropping fast, and what's dropping even faster is Dab and Foolish and the entirety of Smoke Wolves. They're just getting ran over from this ult combo. I will say, even though I am not a believer in Juno Brig, especially with the recent Juno nerf, which in my opinion kind of killed the character, Orbit is still Orbit. You just kind of win those fights if there's no anti-nade or no like crazy ult response back from the other team.
Yeah, and I think Smoke Wolves were very conservative there. Only dropped a Kyrie Rush sitting on 4 ultimates compared to Chungus Fungus, who committed 2. So now kind of trying to push their advantage. Mafia forced recall, but able to stay alive as the Orisa is now stuck in their backline. Beat comes out to allow them to get this kill. And the fight is probably over.
It might be over, but Static falls to that pulse. I don't know what last night saw. Maybe still thought that they were playing the Diva. However, Shoreline cleaning up the fight, killing Pangalex and Lylum. And Otters getting staggered at literally for like 1 additional second to not catch wave as Mafia gets picked right at the end. And honestly, I think Chungus Fungus would have won that fight, but I don't know what last night saw with his rose-tinted, focused goggles. It just ran down. I think it was Shoreline or Destiny, and just, first point goes to Smokos as we know go over to the new revamped blue point.
Is it actually just the colors? I don't know the point.
Colors.
That makes a lot of sense.
They have names, but it's just easier for everyone to call this point blue. The whole point's blue.
Yeah.
I guess, like, I think this is, like, Gardens or Temple or something. I don't need to know it. I just call it the colors, and everyone is like, yep, it's that point.
Yeah, but really impressive stuff there from Smoke Wolves. As soon as Pangalex pops that form, they drop the Curie ult, put a spin and a deflect in their face and call it a day. So all the momentum right now in Smoke Wolves' favor. Chungus Fungus gonna have to pull something out with this Juno ultimate to get back into this game, but Dabmaster with the blade might be what's stopping them.
Oh my god, Shoreline almost gets one tapped here as the blade comes out, as the Juno ult also comes out, and Dab looking to get any value. I don't want to go to whip shot as last night kills 2. Don't know how Static died to that. Someone might need to make sure they're okay. But honestly, that was just a really clean fight from Chungus Fungus. This high ground is even better now with the wall changes. You can see they pushed it back, and so it's just a shooting range as a team tries to rotate to attack.
Yeah, I mean, Pangalex just has free reign with the tank perk now. Just raining balls from above here. So much damage out early. But Smoke Wolves able to stay alive, and now they have a couple ultimates to try to walk in with.
Yeah, you can see here, they're going in with that Shoreline ult, trying to find the heads. Doesn't seem to find anyone. However, Static pulling a last night from the last point and just booking it down into the enemy team backline here. But it looks like HP bar last night dropping low as well. Shoreline gets picked right before last night falls down. Chungus Fungus, they take out Destiny and Dab. And Foolish is just trying to make a last-second escape. And it does look like Smoke Wolves is going to get a 5-touch, but it's going to be late. And with just the Ursa to work on, it's going to be rough, especially when Pangalex can just pop that artillery farm and just drop all 3 bullets on Static Dream.
Yeah, Static Dream definitely dying early there was very bad for their chances of winning this point, as Mafia looking to close it out here. Unfortunately, Bastion ult doesn't really get anything, but last night able to finish off the kill onto Dabmaster. Pulse streams wide.
And, dude, whoa, can we, like, check on last night? I feel like this is the 3rd fight that Chungus Fungus was about to win that they just disconnect.
Yeah, Dabmaster even questioning if they need to pause. Not sure if they had DC'd or something. Yeah, oh man, that's really bad for Chungus.
I don't know what's happening. But it's been really sad to see that there have been 3 fights that Chungus Fungus is up a pick. And then last night just like disconnects or like freezes. And then Smokel's just turn it because there's no pressure from last night. And so it's just really tough. Because these fights were so winnable for this team. You get a pick, you're up, you have the advantage, and then your tank just like freezes. And then by the time the team calls the pause, the fight's just over. I mean, yes, you could good manners it and just like instantly pause when last night DCs or freezes and just not shoot him for a second. But Flashpoint is such a fast map that it's kind of tough to do that. I don't know. It's just a rough situation.
Yeah, when there's so much uptime in terms of these fights and everything is so dynamic in terms of the positioning because of how many points there are, it's really hard to like usually when they pause or when they DC, it's gonna be during an important time. There's no just like, oh, they have to run back from spawn and it's so far away and there's nothing going on and you're just kind of like holding a defense or anything.
Yeah,
so the stakes are higher, you know, on this map for those kind of pauses.
Yeah, it's just a little unfortunate from the side of Chungus Fungus here. It was such a good fight coming up. They do still have time, however. If there was one good thing, Smoke Wolves did clean them up really quickly. I guess that is a mercy kill. They do still have time to Reaper's 5 and go in. I would say then, if you're Chungus Fungus, with this problem going on, you need to make these fights fast. These longer fights, they aren't looking good. As if last night disconnects in time, it's just a little bit of curtains. And Mafia, caught out early here, is going to be forced to touch early. And they need to touch one more time here. And now the point is secured. Foolish dropping to 1. Everyone jumping low on the side of Chungus Fungus. However, no one goes down except for Foolish themselves. And it looks like they got a second touch here as Chungus Fungus. They've taken on a lot of people, but someone has to get the point touch. And Pangalex, he rockets himself on. And even if he had died for that, what a hero play from this old timer in the league. What a veteran player. Genuinely, that was incredible. Also killing Shoreline in the process. Also fantastic touches from Mafia. He stole that point up for so long. Just a round of applause to the DPS line of Chungus Fungus, keeping that point alive.
For a composition and for a team that generally likes to funnel the resources in the Pangalex to make sure he can get value, Mafia has been doing such a good job at just being this like secondary force to that doesn't really have like a Lucio to help them or anything. That can still like fight that master, still hold space, and really fight in a way that I don't know if a lot of other Tracers could in their position.
There's just no surviving Juno ult plus a Lindholm explosive bastion. It's just so much damage and oh my goodness. Chills for sure.
That gave me flashes of Overwatch 1, bro. That was insane.
That gave me flashes of like the Bastion cinematic where like he goes to the fields and he like taps into that other Bastion's head. And then like the war starts again. Apparently last night is all
last night, not again!
Like, can we just put a rain on these like the horses, because both last night and Static are in a competition to see who can walk into the enemy team faster.
Yeah, and now they just get to cap the point for free. I don't really know what the ideal was there. Maybe trying to play aggressive, but
with no one?
Yeah.
Where did that spear come from? Oh my god, I think Shoreline almost got pushed off the map from a spear out of like left field. And Chungus Fungus, I guess at the end of the day, the good news is that you didn't use any ults there. But if for Smoke Wolves, you're saying the exact same thing of, man, we got this point for free. We didn't use anything. And now we can just use a rush with a blade and just run through. But Pangalex pops the farm. Rally comes out as the rush comes through. And Dab pulls at the Genji blade, looking for value as one goes down. But Mafia is everyone's turn to deal on the front line. Mafia cleaning up the back line. As it just seems, however, that Smoke Wolves, they're gonna come out on top. But Mafia, they flipped the point.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that they let that flip. They're just now this has essentially become a one-fight territory.
And last night lives.
Yeah.
Wow. I get that Pangalex is scary, guys, but can we please make sure Mafia doesn't keep flipping points or backcapping or just being annoying on Tracer? This guy has done so much to just make Pangalex get even more value, and now Chungus Fungus Ooh, Otters drops to 1. Beat comes out though. Last night just holding on to the point and just static. Last night held that for a minute.
Yeah, Shoreline Pie looking to clutch out right now with a good timed ultimate. Lilam in danger, but the Juno ult gonna keep him alive for now. And yeah, they get the cap, and because of that extra percentage, now this is gonna turn into quite a dire touch or a point cap.
I think it's gonna be the point cap, especially with the fact that 3 were dead in that fight. And that like 15-ish% that Mafia got mattered, because I don't even know if Chungus Fungus would have gotten a point touch or would have had to play a lot more aggressive to get it. Because Smokel's, I mean, they were at 99 like before Chungus Fungus capped that point back. And now, oh, Shoreline, it just, for as much respect as you have to put on this turret farm, you have to like triple your respect when they get that Lindholm explosive. But Dab just cleans up the backline, and now Chungus Fungus, it'd take a pretty big miracle as Dab has just killed everyone on the side of this roster. Mafia looking to join the party as Chungus Fungus, I don't think they're capping this point first as Smokles. They done just a really good job of cleaning this fight up and starting gold out strong.
Yeah, Dabmaster with a bit of heroics there, a couple good dash resets, able to trade out. Oh, you've got to be kidding me, bro.
Can we just stop peeking the turret? It's just really rough. However, really good response from Smokles here, realizing that they're down foolish, just going in. We've all bladed the Orisa at some point or another, but it doesn't matter because we've killed the rest of the roster. And if you're Smokles, that was just really good awareness. You're down your Lucio, but you're up in positioning and ult advantage. So just go quick. Go with the blade, just book it in there, and just get all those picks. Really smart.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I am surprised that Shoreline Pie is opting to exclusively play Sojourn on this map. I think last map we understood that Freya was banned, so they didn't play it. And I think you implied that Freya is really good into this Bastion. But Shoreline Pie opting to just, oh, dude, this is so sad.
That's actually a really good stagger. Because now if you're Smokles, you probably don't get a team fight until like 35%. I mean, you just dragged it out so long. And they could have staggered for longer. Like, you could have killed the Orisa like now. Because they were 1 HP and they're in the spawn room was so far away. But Mafia, however, just gets picked off the bat here, and now Chungus Fungus, it's their turn to go aggressive when they're down 1. In Smokles, you have nothing to respond with this, just the damage output. I mean, that was, guys, that was a fortified Orisa with the fortified perk. That was 700 HP ripped through in like 1 second.
Yeah, I mean, Static Dream, they've been pretty aggressive with these spins. As soon as they see that it's gone, that's when they rip the ultimate. Obviously, you know, if you're not counter committing ultimates there, you're probably gonna lose. But I mean, yeah, look, they're spinning immediately, and like now the form is just half of it is fine, you know. I don't know if there's much you can do there. So.
Pangalex forced to ult early to stay alive with that extra HP, and Lilam falling to Static's ult here. Pulse sticks on Static, and you can see Dab and Static both 1 HP as Dab does fall. However, the rest of Chungus Fungus, they get taken down, and this is such a good later kill. Doesn't catch any of the waves here, unfortunately. And if you're Chungus Fungus, you have to go without your Bastion, and they're just
what the fuck?
Listen,
that was is that like intentional?
No, that was definitely intentional because you wanted to apply pressure immediately. Ew,
ooh.
Gross. I was about to say Mafia about to go for another amazing point stall. However, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, I won't even like say like give a slap on the wrist for that one for Destiny, because at the end of the day, you did force them to take a longer rotate. You forced them to funnel down. It wasn't bad. It was a little early. I would say you probably want them to commit a little more, but I'm not gonna. You know what? Destiny kills Otters. All is forgiven as Pangalex kills Shoreline, and now the team pushing forward. Both teams down their main source of healing, and now we get to the most changed map. Point. I like the new orange. Orange looks pretty.
Is it orange or is it more like water? It's like blue. It's like
you could
turquoise.
call it water. I just call it orange because the entire point itself is orange.
Also, can we start a dialogue about the fact that Dabmaster swapped to Venture? I don't. This is a little.
Maybe they need to swap back. You know what? It was.
I think that was a good whip shot by Lilam or some sort of.
Lilam is done so good with their whip shots this set. Whether it was Static taking a drink in the streets of Numbani. Still don't know if there's a river down there. Or just like stopping people from advancing forward. They've just done such a stellar job for their team. And now if you're Smoke Wolves, you're just losing a bunch of percentages. Oh my god. Mafia, able to get out by the skin of their teeth. And Chungus Fungus, they're looking really good. I didn't realize the door looked like this on this side. That's very different.
My god, the Juno ult, the counter, the Kiriko ultimate, Orisa pops it. Otter is in danger, but able to get out, but Pengolex also 1 HP.
Another way.
Foolish 47, however, the first one actually falls. They live this?
They all live this, and now we have Dab and Mafia in just the most epic point stealth fight ever. And you know what? I feel like maybe Dab should, go to the Tracer at this point. Chungus Fungus, they have the Brig Rally, and they're about to get both Bastion and Orisa. Genuinely, you can just play slow on point, and it looks like they're going to do that. Bunker around, maybe play for a potential ult combo, pop the Bastion ult, and then rally bash someone into it so they don't have time to escape. But just Shoreline dropping low, forced to take the backside here in Otters. Lives at 1. Pengolex pops the ult here. Shots land out to pressure and kill Foolish. Destiny drops as well. And it's going to take a hero play from the DPS line of Smoke Wolves. But I don't know what they have in the tank because it's looking like they're running on empty as Chungus Fungus. Even with the last night disconnects, they tie up the series.
We're going to be here a while.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be here for a little bit at least, I think.
Guys, be ready to be here till midnight or 1 a.m. depending on what time zone you're in. Because I won't lie, like, this is a very interesting set. There's been some kerfuffles, as we say in the business, but it's still really close. I mean, both these teams are just breakneck blitzing towards each other, just doing a fantastic job of, listen, they're just trading who gets picked first and then running each other down, and currently Chungus Fungus is doing it just a little better.
Yeah. I think... Sorry.
I'm just lost for words. It genuinely... I don't have a lot to say about what we've been witnessing besides it's a grand old time.
I do want to say though, now that we're in map 4, the whole thing about them being able to strategically ban the BAP Weaver backline is gone because
it's gone.
Both of them have been banned. Bastion's been banned. Freya's been banned. It's like we're getting deeper into this set, and I think the bans are gonna have to get a little more out there because a lot of the core stuff that I think these teams thought the other would play have already been selected, and they cannot be selected again by the same team. So I have no idea what the idea is for this escort here.
And honestly, you gotta commend Chungus Fungus for like surviving those 3 maps. I mean, the Bastion goes down, you lose map 1. The Weaver goes down, and you draw a map 2. And then the BAP goes down, and you play definitely a little bit less practiced comp. With the Juno Brig, a bit older before patch times, but now, as we have been seeing, I mean, when it's come down to that mode 3, Chungus Fungus has looked lights out. I mean, there was no good map for Smoke Wolves into them. They haven't lost that mode yet. But now, we're going to Gibraltar, and I think this is a good choice. I am just curious, because what do you ban if you're either of these teams? Like, what's left? I guess, like, what, like the Ash ban? I think wouldn't be bad, but Shoreline, listen, he's been known to play a little Ash. He's got a little bit of that Ash in him. I'm just curious. What do you even think the bans will look like on this map?
Is it Wild Gibraltar? It is.
It is the Gibby.
What do they ban Tracer?
On a ban. Okay, I like this. Chungus, you've got some stuff in the tank. You're not going to play on anyway. This is good.
Yeah. I'm a little curious if they try to play something to like anchor the point. I've heard it lovingly dubbed as Gibraltar theory, where you just play like a brawl comp and just like anchor corners and stuff. I think from what I understand, they usually play like traditional Overwatch, but with a Bastion. as yet
Yeah.
to spice, rather than like radically changing the way they play.
They're not like Campfire Song with their out of the wall comps.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm not sure how deep Mafia's hero pool goes. I know that they are a Tracer player. That's kind of the only thing they've played all set. I know they have a good Pharah in them, but that's not really relevant. They probably have a good Genji, but I mean, if you ban Tracer on this map, all hell breaks loose. Because I don't think either.
Because we don't have January, so that's not an option.
Yeah. I did just realize that January is on this team, but
Yeah.
not.
Isn't it? Jan is EU, right?
Yes.
Or no? It's like 5 a.m. for them or something, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be awake either.
Yeah,
That'd be
shout out to
rough.
all the EU people.
Shout out to all the EU people.
I know some of them are working on this stream right now, and probably there are some in chat as well. So
You know what? To all the EUers out there, keep it up. I don't know what that means, but to keep it up. Keep participating in your BPL. You're an integral part of the community.
yeah, dude, I'm just like, oh, it's Monkey.
I mean,
That's a monkey.
that's not bad. We have seen
understand.
from last night that they play Winston. They just prefer Diva.
Yeah.
You are also unbelievably lean back.
Sorry,
Yeah,
it rotated. It rotated away from me.
Even the mic
have it
is
on-
trying to go to bed.
Yeah.
I was
sorry
just
about
about to
that.
point out that you've been getting slowly further and further away from the mic as it's gone on.
Sorry.
Winston and Auto bans, these make sense.
Yeah, for sure. I think I mean I don't
What do you
think any
ban
of the
that
tanks.
five?
I honestly don't know for the push. Probably
Just-
like I can see them
Well, no, it's
banning like
control,
one
it's
of
control.
the. Oh, it's control.
Yeah, we cycle back to control for map 5 instead of doing the not picked mode. I've been fine with it. Even though Polaris isn't that amazing at control.
I think I see one of the
but-
ground tanks being banned between Orisa, Ramatra, and Hazard.
It's probably got to be like the Orisa, right? I don't know.
Probably.
Probably Ram. Anyway, stay strapped in. We're getting close to hour 2 of the set, and we're only on map 4, and we're poised for a map 6, Para. And I'm out here. I've got tons of energy. I'm really trying to hope that we get some Overwatch that isn't this. But it's been interesting. It's been entertaining. Everyone's on the edge of their seats, waiting to see who dies to Pangalex next.
Yeah, Pangalex has been able to make some magic happen on this Bastion, and honestly, such a competitive set for what was not poised to be a competitive match. Mafia
I think this
is eyeing the
no-
Pharah that I mentioned. Wait, that would be so tough. But I assume they're gonna go back on the Tracer. But look at Shoreline Pie.
Are we?
That's defense. So
Yeah, listen. With the recent patch, Hanzo's gotten a lot better. However, Hanzo was the worst DPS and is still in the bottom 3.
no. Oh wait, I thought the pedal was chopped. Oh my god,
What
that boop.
Oh my god, it was like just blocked the hoop right there. Just jumped up and just swatted the ball away.
Blocked by James. Sorry, if you. Oh my god, but they do it again. So
I mean, that is the good thing about the pedal, is old pedal would have just been stuck there, and you have to wait for your 10-second cooldown. Now you don't. However, yeah, I don't know how you dislodge this besides just beating up Mafia on the point, which is what it looks like they're currently doing.
they're gonna get the scatter arrow perk. I think that's gonna be the real key to this match. Or force that again. Oh my goodness.
Take out the dab. Yes. How do you... Real question, how do you lose that as dab when everyone else on Chungus Fungus is at the high ground and you have Lucio and 8 health pack support?
They probably got the major health back. Oh my
That
goodness.
is
Oh
fair,
my
that is fair.
goodness.
Ew, really good job there shutting down a Pangalex. We already see dragons come up. I do think that that is a big thing recently with Hanzo, is it's been made a lot easier to get your ult, and your just overall pressure has become a lot higher with these larger arrows. It's just looked really good. Chungus Fungus, a minute and a half has passed, and yeah, they've pushed the cart from to the back of the car wash, but Static
They jumped
decides
off
to
the map.
reset for mech. I think they were hoping to get this from this ult. And yeah, that's your average Bastion ult. But, however, you can start walking this. They are still down Static. You can start applying pressure.
Oh my
And
goodness. Shoreline by.
down.
Ew.
Ew.
Yeah, they didn't even have to use the window, and they get this high ground for free now, so otters can just sit uncontested up there, other than like the occasional diva.
Yeah,
And
this
Static
is
is gonna get punished.
This has looked really good so far for Chungus Fungus. They get these fights out. A really strong rotate across the side. However, it does not look like Pangalex catches that that rotate call. And now, Chungus Fungus, so they have a lot of resources to fight on the point. They have the tree, they have the window. They do drop the tree. It's a little back as Mafia. I think he believes that tree is a little bit far forward and just gets finished off by Dab there.
Yo, he's stunned on him.
Ooh, dragon in, and tree falls to that increased dragon damage as window drops from Otters. Beat drops from Foolish. Pulse bomb out onto Otters as the lamp comes out as well. And just so many ults are coming out onto this point here. But at the end of the day, Smoke Wolves, their comp is just more mobile. And with Pangalex dead in the fight early, there's just not a lot of damage output for Chungus Fungus.
Unfortunately, the ult economy definitely in Chungus Fungus' favor right now, but Destiny getting 2 late kills gives them a little bit of time here. That was low-key crucial because last night's about to come in with the Ramutra ult, and you don't have any sort of counterplay.
Yeah, your counterplay, I would imagine, is just going first and going fast and trying to burst down this team so that they're down. And Otters giving up the BAP, going over to the Juno, maybe trying to take use of the speed for the team and just be able to pour in. But we can see Mafia just being fought in the 2v1 underneath. It's just so rough. And in honesty, maybe you stick with your team more, but now if you're Chungus Fungus, it's do or die. You do not have another fight. Maybe you can sustain long enough, but you just need to get something done here with your ults.
Yeah. Nothing there from the Bastion ult, just a Ramutra and a Pulse Bomb. Maybe those can be big. Form out early. They're able to stabilize. Last night, looking hungry, looking aggressive. Probably going to pop it onto the Diva right now. Pulse Bomb goes in. No bombs, though. I think that might have been the kill that they needed.
Oh yeah, especially with just the nanobots of Annihilation finishing off the last bit of HP from Dab and Static. And yes, it took all 4 minutes, but you know what they say, as long as you kept the point, who cares how long it takes?
I thought you were going to say better late than never, but like that's basically
That also
the same
works.
thing.
Yep. I think the actual saying is, it doesn't matter how many ults you use to cap the point as long as you cap it, but that didn't really apply here. However, what does apply is the fact that Lylum has just been 3-tapped by Destiny. Destiny, I don't know, maybe they like refresh their water, but they're landing so many shots, and it's just so much value.
Otter's
Dab
in
down,
danger.
dab cut.
Pangalex drops the question mark. I think Stat Master on a bit of a mutually assured destruction path there. Mafia trying their best to get out, able to get pulled, but wow.
Yeah,
This also has
just
been
wow.
like shockingly decent.
Yeah, I would say that's actually exactly how I describe it. Like, we haven't really seen Shoreline a ton in the kill feed, as in like headshots, but just the damage output is really felt
Oh, this
on
dragon
this
might be
roster.
crazy.
And yeah, honestly, the fact that only Otters died is pretty incredible.
The fact they got the trade too is a little shocking. I'm not sure where Shoreline Pie was to pop that. Mafia, however, just getting 2v1 constantly over and over.
Aw. That is very unfortunate. I feel like if you're Mafia, maybe you swap. Maybe you just look to play slower, wait to get your Weaver to help you out. Because it's just, you can't take that 2v1. And guys, I think, yeah, Pangalex, you're not on defense. Maybe wrong side of the bridge to drop down on.
Yeah, maybe thought that they were able to swing out. I think that that's quite bad for them as Lila. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
This is going to be such a bad stagger.
Yeah, this
Wow.
is Unfortunate. Oh, that's so sad.
So pretty though.
It's like an egg.
Yeah, what is that? It's like a, well, I guess it's a
petal.
seed for like a tree.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that was cool.
Oh no,
Anyway,
Pangalex!
Pangalex
Oh
is dead
no! Yeah, they tried to, or I think Smokles may have taken the initiative. They're gone in really early, recognizing that Lilam was nowhere to be found, but Lilam respawns and gets that master, kind of playing a little too aggressive in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely. And now with that ult coming out, negates the initial.
Ooh!
Pangalex dies again in spawn. Yeah, dragons. One of the things buffed about Hanzo is Destiny. Listen, we've all been there before where we just get hit with the dragons in spawn, and it's even more deadly. As we now see last night having to pop their ult here on the objective. Ramatra is such a tanky character, but unfortunately for them, it can't tank that much damage. And if you're Smoke Wolves, this has looked really good for you on this Gibraltar map.
Don't tell me they're gonna ban Hanzo next map. Like, I think the interaction between the fact that a lot of their fight wins have been, oh, we're gonna Juno ult, and then you have the Lindholm bomb thing, and then it's like so much damage, but you can't use the Juno ult if there's like a dragon just there, you know?
That's crazy shade. I don't know if you just saw that in chat, but Mafia swap Sombra, and then I forgot who typed it, but someone said, "You're not Vonder." And then Mafia dropped, "Yeah, we've won multiple matches."
Okay, no. I will not accept any STD slander on this broadcast.
That's crazy slander that I caught there. That's insane.
We're shutting that shit down. STD they got robbed of a playoff run. They would have been the best team in this bracket. I think STD, if they made playoffs, like I saw the path, the golden path to the end. And I think they would have been able to walk on it effortlessly over all these other teams. I think trying to slander their name posthumously is absolutely disgraceful. And
Green.
I would agree with Dabmaster's sentiment there towards any STD haters.
You know what? Can they keep this chat bug in the game where you can post these like hex codes? Not hex codes, these like chat strings to like change text color and put portraits in. Those are cool. Just make that a feature.
Like, let people actually emote, and then you can get emotes from loot boxes, and then you can buy emotes and buy chat colors. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, even put it in loot boxes. Like we saw there, like they put like Bastion's portrait in chat, and then they like Damaster made his text green. That's a bug, by the way, that people figured out after data mining in some stuff after the recent mid-season patch. I don't know how this game is built, but the code, everything's a little too connected in my opinion. Anyway, 30 seconds down on the clock. Smoke Wolves taking out Pangalex as the cart is already starting to push underneath the car wash, and Chungus Fungus. They need to look to not get staggered out here, as it looks like they are just stabilizing inside of server room. And Smoke Wolves, they're keeping up the pressure though, as Shoreline drops low.
Yeah, I do want to say, we were looking at it pre-map, but Chungus Fungus have only won one escort, and it was on Gibraltar, but there's only, like, every other escort map, they've lost every single time, so definitely not their strong suit here, but a good stabilization off of Otters getting back on the Baptiste.
Yeah, and last night, when it comes down to that brawl on the point, when the Diva has to kind of play more near the cart after Dab has died, you just don't beat the Ram and Nemesis. As we saw, 3 people died to last night, who has done so good, by the way. I really want to give a shout out to the tanks of Chungus Fungus. I don't think they were insanely highly rated by most people going into the season, but they've done so good for this roster. And we just need to give them a very small shout out for how good they've done, as well as Mafia, who has just beaten Dab in the Tracer duel. That looks like a 1 clip.
3 on your death row. That's crazy.
That feels like a 1 clip. If that was me, I would only type that if I 1 clipped them.
Yeah, but Pulse Bomb goes out, gets the mech. Oh no, I don't know why you would carry on here, but no, what are you doing?
Oh, you. Oh, it's all everyone is dying. Everyone is dying on the screen right now.
That boy Otters is different.
Are we swapping? We might be swapping it for Shoreline. Are we seeing the Soj, the Freya? What are we seeing? what we are seeing is Otters kill a bunch of people, and Shoreline sticking to the Hanzo. And this is the curse of Overwatch in my mind, Para. You have a really strong defense round, and then the enemy team just does it stronger. And it's such a curse.
I think you would call that attacker's advantage.
Nope, that's fake. That's propaganda. Attacker's advantage is not real. If you believe in attacker's advantage, that's called cope. That's
Mafia
my small
getting the
attacker's
upper hand
advantage.
of that master again, by the way. As Shoreline Pie goes bloodthirsty for 2. However, now stuck in a small room with a really angry Ramatra.
I would hate to be stuck in that room.
Yeah, I'm sure some people would not hate to be in that room. The bomb!
And they are,
Where is it going? Oh, but the remech safe there. Rally comes out, Foolish goes down, so... Oh my goodness, 40 seconds left and Smoke will have to run away.
And they've used so much. I mean, Smokel is what they committed. Bomb, Dabmaster. Yes, you force out the lamp from Otters. In that, I guess, in turn, also forces the rally to stabilize the point out. But Chungus Fungus, you have both your ults and Window. And listen, I don't know about you, but you could just throw Window on high ground and throw Bob just behind the window against the wall. And what do you do?
1 HP.
Oh, huge beat, but Static loses mech already. Dragon forces out the side here, and it looks like Static, oh, it doesn't get the stomp, but returns to mech, and you can see on the point they managed to get all the kills. And I don't know, if last night had a Ramatra ult here, I'd honestly think Chungus Fungus wins this, but it's going to take so much for them to turn this around as Destiny picks off Mafia at the end. Such little HP left in last night. I just don't think they're going to take it. And oh my God, that was disastrous.
How did they win that?
I could not tell you. Genuinely, I think if Otters kill Static there, they just win the fight. That was like the one kill you had to get if you were Otters.
No,
was
Otters
right
is
there.
almost dead again. And you look at how close it is. Like, the golden box of victory, it's just one corner away. They don't have any opportunity to play any meaningful high ground. They just have to get to the point immediately. Mafia tries to touch early, gonna get forced out. However, that master first one to use recall, but I don't know, man. This is gonna be sketchy.
This is going to be so tough. However, Static, Shoreline, both really low HP here. The team is forced to back up a bit, and you can see Shoreline takes the Hanzo minor perk, which allows for Sonic Arrows to hack health packs for 30 seconds. It is a good perk. It is a good perk, especially since they buffed it to 30 seconds recently. It used to be 12. Even better than that perk is headshotting Otters, the backbone of this team. And with the healing gone, Destiny pops the ult and forces Last Night to use theirs as well. Pulse Bomb goes wide, but Pangalex picks up Shoreline as Last Night and Lilam drop. It's just Mafia holding on to this point. And if you could have asked for a hero in this game, it was that one Hanzo arrow headshot from Shoreline, as what almost looked like a Chungus Fungus win has gone the way of Smokel's. And
Master, do not drop that back. You got dipped like 4 fights in a row.
Unironically, like, listen, if we press tab here, I'm guaranteeing Dab has the most deaths on his team by at least 3. And Mafia had no help in those Tracer duels at all. So, I mean, that's just my 2 cents. That's just my 2 cents. Anyway, we're going to map 5. What control map do you think we're going to go to? Busan is cut. Can't go back there.
Guys, I love Lijiang Tower.
What's your favorite thing about Lijiang Tower?
I like playing Reinhardt, and I like doing honest symmetric comps, and I like TPing up on that window. And I like the one point that's like with the white room.
Can we get new favorite things about Lijiang? Wow. Ooh, sorry.
Look at the record, by the way, of Busan for Smoke Wolves versus every other control.
Yeah, I feel like you feel pretty confident if you're Chungus Fungus going into this map 5. Ilios and Nepal, both good choices. I mean, Nepal, just because you've already banned out your Diva and your Hazard already, but like you don't want to ban the Ram either, so this is probably like an Orisa ban. Because like if you're on Smoke Wolves, do you even like protect ban tank at this point? It just doesn't do anything into it. Maybe you ban like the Orisa now. This is the, I would guess, fun part in quotations about bans as series go on. is if you don't have a really good idea of what you're looking to ban, you kind of get to this point where you're in map 5, potentially in map 6, and you're down to all of your good bans. And then at that point, you're like, random stuff, go.
Yeah, I'm beefing with Bubba Wyatt because his org hasn't won a single game in playoffs yet.
Oh.
The middle division team is already in lowers. The lower division team is already in lowers. And I'm feasting at the downfall of the organization here. So
we are going to Lijiang. I'm going to be completely honest. This feels like Chungus Fungus gave up map selection in favor of first ban. Because I don't know why else you would go to Lijiang here unless you are... I mean, you're playing Bastion Comp. What am I talking about? You're just going to go Lijiang, even if you've only lost it once. Like, this is still good.
Yeah.
But we're going to see. I have no clue who picked this map, but we'll find out when first ban comes out.
Will we see the Hanzo ban?
I just, like, what do you even ban at this point? Like, do you just ban the Orisa, I guess? I don't know.
I have no idea. It has to be one of the ground tanks, and then for Chungus Fungus,
maybe a Tracer
even
ban?
Like, I could, but I think Mafia would like to prefer to keep that master in the Tracer duel, especially since Mafia was looking good.
Dude, true. Mafia has looked really strong this series.
I mean, they already banned Freya, so they can't ban it again. But I think I have no idea at this point. You know,
I genuinely don't know. Maybe like a Soj ban. I think a Soj ban could actually be good. Okay, Brig. I guess this is forcing Lylum to stick to the Weaver, because if they aren't on Weaver, they have been going over to the Brig, so this is still, like, worth it. In Chungus Fungus, you get a choice of tank or DPS. Now, I think Soj could be good. I think Cass could be good. You could ban, like... I don't know, like a... I don't know. I don't think you ban Ram, because last night's done so good.
I think you ban Orisa, so there's no counterplay there.
That's
that would
fair.
make the most sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if trying to ban a hit skin is that relevant. I mean, Shoreline Pipes plays all of them, so I guess if you think one is a worse matchup into Bastion, then maybe. But at the end there, I mean, when the Bastion struggles, Pengalix just whips out the Ashe, so who knows?
You could ban the Ashe. We haven't seen an Ashe ban from... Well, that's Chungus Fungus. If you're Smokeless and we go to map 6, we might see an Ashe ban come out. Yeah. This series has been extremely close. It is the Tracer ban that I threw out on a possible
Are they
mention.
playing Bastion Pharah? I would
Or
get
Bastion
chilled.
Freya.
Does Mafia have a Freya?
Yes. Mafia has played it mainly Freya for the team. When Jan is here, they will play a Freya Genji, and they will throw
happy
Jan on the
birthday!
Genji. Happy birthday, Mafia! No wonder he's doing so good. It's his birthday, everyone. Wish
Whoa.
it, Mafia, happy birthday!
Mafia,
Woo!
happy birthday! Mafia's the birthday boy! Sorry, I don't know why I just started talking like that.
Yeah, for everyone in chat, can we you get a downvote on that? Anyway, can we get an upvote on going to a map 6? That's what I want. I know.
We're almost at the 2-hour mark. We're 8 minutes away from the 2-hour mark on this broadcast. What a match!
Yeah, and I know if I'm Mafia, the gift I'm asking all of my friends for is a map 6 for this map dub. And we are going to Lijiang through that pick of Chungus Fungus. The bans are set. The stage is set. And the only thing we can ask is that we don't draw the next hybrid map, because if it goes to a map 7, there is a non-0% chance I could potentially completely doze off by that point.
Yeah, but will the birthday buff finally kick in? It is just in on the East Coast, 12:02 a.m. A new day, maybe in the span of between the maps, the teams are able to refresh themselves. You know, new day, new me.
This
Last night on the Reinhardt, that's the new look, I guess.
Yay! Guys, this match has taken so long, Mafia has literally gotten older.
Mafia is a year older than they were at the start of this match.
Congratulations. Have we ever had a player birthday mid-set before? That's a Solomon stat I'd like to know. I have no clue how you figure that out. But
no,
anyway,
they're actually on Reinhardt. Wait, what?
yeah, last night plays Reinhardt. They don't pull it out often, but it's a Pangalex team. You need to have some Reinhardt play if you're gonna pick up one. Alrighty, going out onto the point here. Dab almost getting cut. Shoreline. We've got the Shimada brothers out here with the Hanzo and the Genji, and Mafia picks up Shoreline on the side angle. Lamp already forced as the HP bars of Smokles are dropping low here. Just beautiful tracking there. I mean, like, oh my god, is this Pangalex or Sev playing Soldier with that tracking?
Yeah, but last night, the ones to get the final kills there, already 74 to this ultimate. Otters on the, like, Mafia on the Mei is a look that I was not expecting, but definitely something I'm not complaining about, as they were able to get the opening pick. Early wall forces a lot of pressure, but but last night has to stabilize here for a second form. Forced out, but I don't know how much they can walk off that.
Yeah, not much. I'm sorry, Dab is on junk now, I just realized, as Lilam goes down to a Shoreline headshot. You know what? I don't know what to say anymore except huge slam. Don't wake me up in the morning until I've had my huge shatter. As just kills going back and forth. Mafia picks Shoreline. Dab kills Otters. Mafia picks up Dab as Foolish takes out Pangalex. I completely forgot that Mafia played Mei. Like, they've played it before. I've literally watched sets of them playing it, and they look so good.
Man.
Ew.
Mafia is so disgusting at this game.
Oh, gross. Guys, make sure after this match to at Mafia happy birthday in whatever chat you want. Just make it as inconvenient as possible. As Pangalex picks up the kill on Dab. Are we sure this Smokles team is okay? Why are they playing Hanzo Junkrat in the big 2025?
They're getting a little creative. Pangalex goes down, Lamp also down, Shield low HP, so a lot of value there, but not a lot of capitalization as you only have 3 players alive. Mafia gonna look to get a well-placed Icicle to slow down the competition.
That was a really good one, actually. You know what? Keep it up.
But yeah, Mafia goes down immediately, kind of caught in the open there. The window goes out, but the cap conceded. Dragon kind of zones out. Oh my god, Lilam playing with death there.
Yeah, the point does get flipped, and if you are Chungus, Fungus, you're just looking to get reset at this point, you know, back to the good old spawn room as the Maywall comes out to help Pangalex swing the corner. And now, I mean, if Smokles is going to take advantage of this off-meta comp with these characters, it's going to be on the side of defense. As Chungus Fungus, you've only got your Bastional and your Beat to work with, but Bastional plus Shatter equals kills.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to see if we get another huge slam, but Saturdream has the ultimate and has a shield, so we'll see what happens. I mean, Bird, or Destiny in danger, able to sustain. Lamp is the only thing that was traded out, and if Foolish does not get shattered here, they can just beat the shatter. Oh,
okay, well, Destiny does go down here. Shatter, massive. Listen, the best shatters don't have to hit 5. In fact, if they just hit 1, that's just good enough in this economy, as just taking out Static from the fight is great because no Annihilation comes out. And now, I don't even know if anyone gets a touch. There's no Tracer on this team. A Maywall comes out, and Reinhardt is currently the bouncer at the door, and I don't think anyone on Smokles has a reservation.
I see the map 6.
I see the map 6, and honestly, I see the map 7.
Map 7?
If we go to map 7, can we just, like... I don't know how, but can we, like, starboard it somehow? Is there a way for us to, like, make a post that's, like, first ever BPL map 7 and then starboard it? I don't know. I feel like we should save this momentous occasion.
There's probably map 7s in the grands because the grand finals are first to 4.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like a map 7 from a 5 map series. We've definitely, have we ever had like an 8 map series from like a grands or a 9 map? That would be fun to know.
I would have to look back. I know there's been a couple would you count weekend tournaments or just major BPL seasons?
I in this context, I feel like BPL major tournaments, like the main 7 tournaments.
I mean, would you count? Do you know what a sub tournament is?
No, you know what, Per, can you enlighten me? I am a rookie.
Oh,
I am new to BPL.
Oh boy. So, do you know who this streamer named Avast is?
I do know this streamer named Avast is.
So BPL was initially like a pug server for people in Avast Horde or Avast viewers.
Got it.
So the initial, before the first BPL season happened, it was a bunch of pugs. I wasn't around for that. I joined in season 2. But the first couple events were what we called Avast sub-tournaments, where Avast would personally, with Solomon and Bad Pachimari, host these weekend-long tournaments where only subscribers of his channel could participate in. And then that's what kind of, those were the first ever tournaments in Solomon GG, or like recorded.
Really?
And so those would, like back in the day, the sub-tournaments probably had more clout than the first couple BPL seasons. As soon as season 3 rolled around, I think sub-tournaments kind of faded out. But, you know, it's still a fond memory for a lot of people. And back then in BPL, competition didn't, like, a lot of it was just for fun because it was a small knit community. But sub-tournament 3 is where we would call the epicenter of sweating in BPL, or in the community.
Really?
Yeah, because of someone named Brad Toxicinator and a funny little team called Frago Mode.
Well, honestly, this has been a very good lesson on BPL history, as it looks like Chungus Fungus are, don't quote me, about to make their own history going into this potential map 6. As I mean, listen, I'm no mathematician, but I don't think a baby diva is going to well, a baby diva alone isn't going to kill a Bastion. But if you call in the airstrike force of Dab, I'm sorry, when did Dab get onto Pharah? I've just been so zoned out on this point.
Is Otters gonna win?
Otters is just, guys, Otters is champ at the end of the day. I have nothing else to say on that besides Chungus Fungus. They're making a really convincing statement to bring this to map 6, and something tells me they are going to stagger this diva out. As Static, we had bomb. Static, why didn't we bomb? Yeah, I'm gonna call it right now, guys. It's a great job. We're gonna go to map 6 now. What do you think map 6 is gonna be, Para?
What's the point again? Like what map?
Hybrid.
Hybrid? Oh, I see another draw.
Yeah, I want another draw. It's hybrid with no Numbani. Yeah, they won this. It's time for map 6. That's not in the map pool. It is 66. Sorry, that's an escort map. It's so late. The map pool, besides Numbani, is Eichenwald. God, it's so late. It's Eichenwald, Hollywood, and Blizzard World. Yeah, Eichenwald, Hollywood, Blizzard World. Where do you think we're going for map 6?
I could see Ike.
I could see Ike. Both teams haven't lost on it yet. It is Smokel's pick. I don't know why you would choose to get map first ban at this point. I mean, fatigue has already set into both teams at this point. You know what? This has been one of the most interesting sets that I feel like if you've missed it so far and you're just tuning in at midnight, welcome. This is map 6. Yes, you've probably been DM'd by a friend saying, hey, watch Smokles and Chungus Fungus. They're on map 6. It is real. This is true, as you can see at the bottom. And we're all here for a draw. I think if a draw happens, I don't know. I feel like we just be happy that we go to a 7-map series and a 5-map, and then just, I don't know. It's so late. Para, what are your thoughts on Blizzard World?
Is it Blizzard World? Sorry, I'm like half
Yes, it is.
Oh boy, I can see, like, have they banned Diva yet?
They've banned Diva. Yes, they've banned Diva. They've banned Hazard. You know what? If you're Smokles, pull out the Ash ban. It's time. Just pull out the Ash ban.
I would pull out the May ban, bro. Low-key.
May is not great on this point.
I know it,
not
but like
terrible.
I don't know. I see the vision. I see the vision.
I do too. I see the vision. The vision looks like my bed.
Dude, my setup is literally right there. I could like, it's like
So
2 feet away. I could just like roll over and just like flop down. Oh my god.
But you know
Like-
what? We're up. We're spry. We're ready to watch these gamers compete. As Chungus Fungus, they ban the Hanzo. Honestly, at this point, yeah, let's ban the Hanzo out. Just, I feel like that junk Hanzo on Lijiang was just asking to lose. But like, you know what? I'm not Smoke Wolves. I don't make their decisions. That's a Dab thing. Everyone at Dab, with that cat face.
Oh, they did ban the Hanzo!
Yeah, it's the Hanzo ban. Guys, can we get an at Dab and just as in like channels with
Hey, just
like
a colon-
the colon
with the
3?
Colon 3?
Yeah, can we get that going? I just want Dab to get added in like 3-4 different channels with like colon 3. That'd be cool.
I don't... There's one other person I would want to get pinged more than Dab Master, and
Is it
that's
Tyler? It's Tyler. Guys, can we at Tyler happy birthday?
Yeah, at Tyler. I'm doing it in BPL General right now.
Everyone, if you're in the stream, go to BPL General and say at Tyler happy birthday.
I'm gonna wait a couple seconds because we are in the future.
We are in the future. Everyone get your happy birthday message ready. Happy birthday, Tyler. He's 5 now. Everyone wish Tyler his 5th birthday.
Tyler is 5. He's like coming out of his crib. He's like, I play Overwatch. And then, and then he gets eliminated in play-ins.
That's oh my god. Guys, we love our Whoop troops out here. Moon is definitely really loving that para comment, and honestly, I'm here for it. As we go into map 6, almost said 7, we're not there yet. I am praying for it, but we're not there yet. As
Oh, it
goes
is the
around-
Ram ban.
It is the Ram ban. I think this isn't a bad idea. This does force it to be more dive-centric, but like, honestly, yeah, you know what? The Ram ban is good from Smokles. Good for them. And if you're Chungus Fungus, why not? You know, this worked so
Oh
well
my
on the
God.
last map. Just
You
the
can see
brain
all of them
power
getting it.
shot down.
Did you see everyone typing in general like a minute after we did? That's
wait, let's
so
check.
funny.
Everyone, happy birthday, Tyler! Yay, Tyler, happy birthday! It's his 5th birthday. Guys, Tyler is so excited to have his birthday tonight. I'm really glad everyone added him at Tyler happy birthday. He's 5. And you know what? This has been such a good set.
5 is
To
the
all
map
of-
that they got eliminated on. Map 5. Yeah.
You know what? I just know when Moon sees this, whenever he wakes up in EU time in like 4 hours, he's gonna...
4 hours? He's waking up at like 4 in the afternoon.
Whenever Moon wakes up, apparently
Jesus
Destiny
Christ.
is gonna need to wake up from the icicle. Why has Bean not been put back in? This is map 6. They've seen 1 map. Listen, Destiny's played great, by the way. I don't want to take away even for a second that Destiny has played bad. They've played fantastic throughout this series. I'm just curious.
DK won their ones. That's all I'm saying. They won their one.
And this Ram ban, it's kind of biting them now. Ram is like Ram is like the easiest counter to this. Please. Oh yeah, Shore is on the Sojourn. Dab is on the Tracer. Can we get like a Pharah pick
No
here as
shield, by
static
the way,
drops
so
to
Lance
1?
burst out. Oh no, that master dies. So,
Chungus should just play this every map, bro. Just turn the brain off and pick this every map.
Ekugen's watching from wherever right now, probably with like a
High-tech
night
build.
light and some glasses, like some
Do
reading
you like a
glasses.
little book and a cup of tea out?
Yeah. It's like,
That sounds nice.
this Reinhardt play is marvelous.
It's exquisite.
Oh, the thing is, Ekugen is like the very opposite of being British, but like,
Okay.
I'm just imagining it in his voice. Him just
Okay.
going like, "This is awesome."
Tech
I
is
don't
very
know.
nice, by the way.
He's great. He's a great dude.
He's great. We mean no slander to our beautiful EU compatriots. We missed the wall there. It happens. Everything me and Paris say on tonight's stream is out of love for our EU companions.
Jesus
However,
Christ, Mafia!
can we just
Dude,
like
chill out, man. Yeah,
literally chill out with these icicles, dude? Up top.
Oh yeah.
Otters dies to Dab's pulse. OC gets popped by Shoreline, taking out Mafia as Foolish, getting into his namesake, being a little foolish. Dab Master going to his namesake of Mid Master, being taken out here is, I mean, come on, Pangalex, you don't have to shoot all 3. Just shoot 2 and then kill after the 3rd one, bro. Like, listen, I was warming up against this team and got more kills with my Bash and ult.
That's crazy. That's a crazy. Uh-oh, I think Static Dream is in danger here. Might need to force out the nano, but no. Able to survive. I mean, you're in the blender when you're fighting that Reinhardt.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Static has been playing actually very good into this comp. They haven't been shredded off rip, which is a skill check for sure.
Oh, big
Nano
nade!
coming out. Window coming out. Incredible nade on the backline of Chungus Fungus, but it looks like no kills as Destiny barely avoids that as the team fully stabilizes. Just a really good job making sure no one died. And this entire time, it looks like Mafia has been getting a little bit more progress on that point. In Smokles, they can't just like contest easily into this team. You have to bait resources.
Yeah, but looking to rotate on this high ground. I mean, they have a blizzard. Sure, that'll... Oh my goodness, the nade!
And no one dies.
Oh no! Static Dream is about to get blown up, but they have a bomb. Oh, Beat doesn't get Shoreline Pie!
Yeah, they trade out Shoreline, but now you just have a Reinhardt on the point. And, I mean, you can't really bully him in this comp.
Oh, uh-oh.
Oh, never mind. You don't want to bully that either. I feel like Smokles could have staggered that.
Probably.
It's like almost 12:30 on EST as Foolish is feeling the drain. Colon 3 comes out. Honestly, if you're Mafia, go for it with these Colon 3s. You've done so good this set. You get a gold star and a pat on the back. Keep it up, birthday boy.
Yeah. I want to see this shatter. Like, what do you even shatter here? I mean, Mafia is single-handedly holding it down. Yeah.
Ooh, Lilam, watch your everything.
Oh. Shoreline Pie pops the ultimate, but, I mean, is there a big shatter on the horizon? Probably not, considering the team is just falling one by one. Getting kicked apart from all angles.
I think if you are this roster of Chungus Fungus, you have to push high. Push high, be aggressive, force the D.Va to back up, disrupt Shoreline a little bit, because Dab isn't going to do a ton into your roster alone, especially if you're blocking Destiny's nades. And so, Chungus Fungus, you have everything. You are just chocked full of ultimates to get value from this fight. And if you're Smoke Wolves, you gotta hope this Nano and Pulse Bomb go crazy.
I mean, the Nano Divas have always been good. Pulse Bomb goes
Pulse streams.
Big nade,
what
though.
a nade. Ew! Oh, my god, Static said. Oh my god, they shoved them in the ice locker and are beating them up. Oh my god.
No Blizzard needed either.
These icicles are so gross from Mafia! Someone tell Mafia that it's 12:30. Someone tell Mafia it's 12:30. Oh my god.
Mafia might need to go on the May of the Goats of BPL list.
Is that a thing?
Oh yeah, Shoreline Pie made one.
Huh. Can you, after this game, can we at Shoreline, you know, Shoreline, if you're listening to this back, put me down as the best Orisa. You know, I feel like I've been pretty good. Anyway, that's my little PSA. I know I'm already down for Hazard, but I like to expand my horizons.
That Master recall forced out. I mean, there's a... Oh, Mafia goes down early, but support ult out. However, Otters get stuck, able to sustain because of the beat. I mean, Static Dream can kind of... Oh, Shoreline Pie.
Cheerio. Intercepted into the side of Shoreline. Bomb goes to the side here as it looks like the barrier is going to break, but there's no presence on the point for Smokles and Chungus Fungus. They had such an incredible explosive point one that they have 2 minutes. A little bit less than 2 minutes going on a third point, and this is where their comp is strongest. I mean, like, this is the brawl point, and with this Ram ban, you really, if you're Static, you're really wishing you didn't ban Ram here, because there's just no other really good character here, and Static, not an Orisa player. Not really that much of an Orisa player. If you're Static, you're like Hazard, you're D.Va, You play a little Orisa, but it's like emergency scenarios from what I know.
Is Hazard bad into the Reinhardt?
Hazard is not good in a Reinhardt, and the reason is you have no way to stop him from taking space, and you're just dead to every shatter he has. And especially when you're playing into Mei Bastion, you are kind of forced to play in a really like Tracer style of ratting, where you're just supposed to be as annoying as possible, and you're just never going to get value. At that point, just play the D.Va.
I wonder if there's an element of pressure. Lilam kind of swinging a little too far there. Obviously, this is a map 6 do or die. You've been playing for 2 hours. There's probably some fatigue happening. I wonder how these players are holding up. I wonder who's holding down the mental, who's keeping everyone composed. I think that's what you need right now, more so than just the gameplay. But I mean, Pengalex just killed Destiny, so.
I'm sorry, I'm just checking general chat right now. People have continued to @Tyler happy birthday for a while, with Tyler responding Zim having our back saying greetings and para would never lie about the Tyler birthday.
Thank you, Zimzip. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Zimzip. That's my backline right there. Anyway, Smokles, Chungus, Fungus, they're coming down to the end, and Smokles, they've got a lot on their plate right now. I mean, they have like, what, every ult except the OC, but Chungus, Fungus, they've got a lot to respond. If Lilam can just build up to this beat, it's going to be really hard to rip through. Mafia, they can just throw Blizzard onto the point, but an incredible flank nade off the side. Beat comes out, Blizzard comes out. I can't tell if anyone is frozen. I don't think it is. And Lilam, they managed to survive this entire time, but it doesn't look like they're going to get the beat as they go right at the end of the big slam. It hits no one. It hits no one. It is so late in the night. And you know what? That was a good push by Chungus Fungus. And you know what this means, Para? There is no chance of a map 7.
No draw.
There's
so
no chance of a map 7.
Had the beat too the whole time. I don't know if they got picked early.
No, they got it right at the end. They got it literally right as they died.
Tragic.
They're at 98. They're at 99. They started the fight at 87%. Just an incredible nade from Destiny. Just playing aggressive around the corner. Pops nano, nades the floor, hits 3, forces at the lamp. And like
Destiny has 5,000 damage, bro. Destiny has the same amount of damage as Mafia.
I won't lie. Like, I kind of get not swapping Destiny out of the throughout this series. They've done so good, and Bean is an incredible support. I think a lot of people put Bean Can fairly high on the flex support tier list, but Destiny really making a name for themselves here. I'd say if you ask most people what kind of the weakness is of Smokewolves and has been, it's been the backline for a lot of the regular season. But over the course of these past few months, they've really leveled up and made this Smokles roster into something where, like, it doesn't have that many holes anymore. Except for the tank hero pool. That is still the thing. If you're beating Smokles, deal with the tank hero pool.
Seems like a lot of tanks in BPL kind of have, aside from like you and Barry,
Let's go.
a lot of the top ones have a little more linear hero pools. Just saying. Maybe a bannable thing there, but you know,
Yeah.
all the teams are making do.
I think all the teams are making do it, and no team makes do better than Chungus Fungus with whatever we're watching at 12:30 at night as Destiny. Dude, I'd be so scared. It's like we're playing like Five Nights at Freddy's, and we just know that like Foxy's around the corner about to jump us, and Otters didn't realize Static was around the corner, ready to jump them. First tick goes over, and it looks like the point is also going to go over to the side of Smokles. I won't lie, maybe a little bit over-aggressive. If I was the Chungus Fungus roster, I feel like just sitting on the point would have been more beneficial. But I'm not Chungus Fungus, so what do I know?
What you know is that they just capped the first point in about 30 seconds. And
I
so
think that
now,
was, yeah. I think it was just as good as Chungus Fungus is.
last
it was very
night,
good.
giving up on the Reinhardt, just opting to play the D.Va now. Still on the main,
I think that's
though,
smart.
so, yeah.
Mafia's done so good though. Like, it's a little early. However, I do feel like depending on which team wins, I've got to give MVP to Mafia, right? Like Mafia's
Yeah.
done so good this set.
Good anti-need again, though. 3 players anti, both supports. They are still standing stalwart there, though. Pengalex with the form, however, unable to get anything. Lilam, the one that falls. And this point is just not stopped yet. This is looking a little dire for any Chungus Fungus bros.
Yeah, it's going really close here as the series the map progresses throughout this series, pretty back and forth. And now, Chungus Fungus, they don't have a lot of pressure onto the point they can do. Besides last night, just being extremely aggressive. And now they left Mafia to die in the corner, and that's the Mage Axe. The Blizzard was used there as Shoreline. It takes down 2, Foolish grabs another, and now, listen.
The point's still moving.
Just kill last night and just keep him away from the point, and now, I mean, this has just been smooth sailing. 5 minutes, 54 seconds going into third. Yes, this is where Chungus Fungus's comp is the strongest. This is where it does its best, but like, this would be the craziest hold we have seen, dropping 6 minutes off a time bank if Chungus Fungus wants to move on to fight Frogs on Fire.
Yeah, and disadvantageous position for that point there. Kind of just postured between the first and second corner. However, the Zarya swap, I mean, CarQ taught me that that's a good counter, despite getting a little chaotic as the bomb gets 2!
Ooh. Listen, Zarya is a good counter to D.Va, but 12:30 at night is a very good counter to D.Va Nuke.
Yeah, and only in BPL, that's the reputation. Only in BPL are you dying to the most random of D.Va bombs. As Static Dream has ended themselves.
And that's it. It's so anticlimactic. It's been 2.5 hours. We've gone all the distance. And you know what? It was a stomp on map 6. And you know what? We would have another way. I think this series is like the entirety of BPL like combined into one set. We get a draw, we go to a map 6, and then it is super anticlimactic in a steamroll. Le Poco Bomb! Listen, I get how Pangalex died. How did Lila?
Not sure, but I mean, congratulations to Smoke Wolves.
Congrats.
Yeah, shout out to Fimi Chargo, who unfortunately was not there.
Fimi watching from the sidelines, probably asleep, which is just really cool for them. And honestly, at this point, I think that who do you have for MVP? Because I'm gonna be honest, I feel like Destiny put work in this set.
Yeah, but they're talking shit in Twitch chat, so I want to give it to.
Wait, are they talking shit in Twitch chat? What are they saying?
Well, no, they're just like gassing themselves up, so I want to go for someone else. Hashtag anti-aura.
That is true, but Destiny did so much this set. The anti-nades, the Kiri headshots, the dying first in fights. They did it all. Who do you have? I think Shoreline is a good one.
I think the Hanzo was just too funny.
I like
the fact that they just whipped out what is like conventionally like a terrible hero,
like a bottom 3 DPS.
Yeah, and they made it work, and they made them ban it, I think. So really impressive.
You know what?
There.
You've convinced me. I don't know if we have the graphic up or possible, but Shoreline, congratulations. You have our most valuable Hanzo player of the match. Good job.
And I want to give an honorable mention to Tyler because it's his birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday,
guys!
Tyler.
Honorable mention to Tyler at Tyler. Honorable mention. At Tyler, honorable mention. Keep it up. There's no community more dedicated to adding Tyler for no reason, and I think we should keep it that way. Keep Tyler on his toes. If you've stuck with us through the end, by the way, don't forget, if you have a Twitch Prime, always use it on your BPL, because nowhere else will you get such egregious sets like this one. And there's no other better word for that. As
we're probably gonna see one or two of these moments on Noob Hunter tomorrow or something.
Dude, just put the whole stream on Noob Hunter, bro. At this point, like, just make like you can make a series of Noob Hunter out of this thing, or best Twitch clips of the week.
Oh yeah, yo, Shoreline Pie, DM me. We have to figure out when our match is happening.
Yeah, you guys have like 24 hours to figure it out. I'll be real.
Yeah.
However, Smoke Wolves, clap and a half for you. Good job. You beat Chungus Fungus. Frogs on Fire will now play you. And honestly, I'm more hyped. Like, Frogs on Fire, Smoke Wolves, whatever. That doesn't matter. Campfire Song Chungus Fungus match. That's what I'm watching.
That's no peak, dude. That is cinema. So we will be there. We will be there.
I don't care who I have to evaporate to cast that match. I'm telling you right now, Solomon. I am casting that match. I do not care, unless it is at the exact same time as my Cryptic Polaris match. I will be there. I'll cast it. By the way, another cinema match. Both teams are going to be down a player. However, don't miss it. As well as don't miss Mothmania School Rush. This is probably the saddest graphic we've had.
Yeah, it's a little depressing.
However, Mothmania School Rush both got upset in their most recent match against Birdwatch and Borealis. And I won't lie, the games weren't even that close. Borealis kind of took their revenge on School Rush, and Birdwatch put Mothmania out in daylight as good job, Birdwatch. It's too late. However, this is the day of matches. This is Saturday. Martin Mellows versus Primal Pineapples for an elimination match. Corrupted Guys Polaris, raise your hands. It's cinema. Aurora Requiem, everyone I think is on Aurora's side. And Birdwatch Borealis, I think also cinema.
The sneak in there.
I don't know what you're talking about, Para.
Yeah. Just move on Sunday.
And this is also sad. This is a sad graphic.
Oomfy! Let's go, Oomfy!
You know what? As president of Oomfy University, how are you feeling facing the Boa, who defeated their Demons of Goatman, but it was close?
I think we gotta slide on them like it's O-Block. Hashtag King Von. That was terrible, but
you know what?
I feel good. I feel good about the matchup.
Good job. Oomfy University Boa, that'll be your Sunday match. And this is a midweek match. This is Monday. Okay, Terrapin, Goatman, it's on Monday. And don't forget, we will have 2 more matches that need to be signed up. So those could sporadically be done over the weekend or Monday or Thursday randomly, like this match was at 10 p.m. So watch out for those games because I'm marking on my calendar, Para, when Campfire Song plays Chungus Fungus. I don't know about you.
That's the match of the weekend by far.
That's match of the week.
You got the Seven Soldier, you've got the Pangolex Bastion, you've got the Synex, Doomfist, and Junker Queen. Oh, it's gonna be a wheelhouse of fun.
It's gonna be awesome. And speaking of awesome, this entire stream has been awesome. A huge shout out to every single member of Prod who stayed up late. I have no clue if any of our European Prod are still here. As
Solomon is right there, bro.
Besides Solomon, Solomon the GOAT, as always. Everyone, make sure to always give a big shout out and round of applause to Solomon. One of the biggest reasons BPL happens. Truly the backbone and crux of this whole operation. So make sure to thank your Solomons, thank your Nox, thank every single person who makes BPL happen on the Prod side. As me and Para, all we do is we get here and we yap. That's all we do.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much. I'm going to bed. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm going to bed too.
Good night, guys.
Yeah. Good night, gamers. This has been a fantastic stream. Love the people around you. Love your stream. Good night and farewell. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.